Ladies and Habibis, we are going to introduction to you rising star of South Asia. He is very well educated. He knows Islam and Christianity very well. He done what they said he can't. He is Doctor.
Alhamdulillah.
Wait a minute, what are you doing, Zakir? You come out, it's not you. Habibi, take him out, take him out. Sorry, there was some problem. He's Adam Sikher.
Hello everyone. This is your favorite Murtid. Salamul Masih. Peace of Christ be with each and every one of you. I hope you guys are having fun. And hello and welcome back. This is your favorite Murtad live once again with Sister Hatun on DCCI Ministries and my Facebook channel and the YouTube channel. So welcome. I know this is a new time. We told you guys last Thursday we're gonna change the time and we are here at this time. So you guys have to do some extra effort to share it so that the reach will go back to some better level. But sister, welcome to my channel and thank you for being here. How are you doing?
Peace of Christ be with you, brother. I'm doing okay. Thank you. God is good. And thank you very much, everyone who is joining us on DCCI as well as on Adam's Facebook and YouTube channel.
Peace of Christ be with you and everyone in the live stream as well who are watching and listening. And like I said before, guys, you gotta do some effort, especially in the first few weeks because the time has changed. So this is the link for the X, now formerly known as Twitter. So retweet it and tag your favorite Muslim friends so that they can come in and they can listen to it as well and learn. So retweet it and make an X on it. I think it's called re-X, right? Whatever it is called now, I don't get, but I still use the word retweet. Yes, sister.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like he changed the name of a Twitter to X.
X. Okay, yeah.
X. So now it was Twitter. Now it's X.
So you
Don't even know what it is.
You can't say retweet. You need to say re-X or
Seems
something.
like it.
I don't know.
Mr. Alisha is saying, Adam, आपको atheist होना चाहिए था. You should have become an atheist. Alisha, why? Why should I have become an atheist? Why do you think atheism is correct? Alishan, seems like you're an ex-Muslim. So why do you think I should have been an atheist? You know, the belief that an atheist has to have to be an atheist is far more than any other theology in the world. I know that there are always some percentage of things that you have to take it as a belief because obviously they are belief, but everything has to have at least 80-20 rule. So if 80% is right, you have to accept the 20% because you can't prove it. That's mathematics, that's physics, that's whatever you want to take it. That's an 80-20 rule. But to be an atheist, you have to believe at least 80% things, and then you can verify and validate 20%. That's not something anybody should do. 80% things to believe on, man, I can't do that, unfortunately. That's not how my brain works. 80% of the things has to be verified for me to accept 20%, which are unverifiable. What do you think, sister?
I think you need to be very brave and careless to be atheist, and I think you need to have what is it? You need to have so much faith to follow atheism, and it's not for me.
It's not for you? Oh man. Oh, by the way, I stole then my next wife. That was beautiful. I loved it. I'm gonna make it small, means it's not 200 MB, to put it in my StreamYard as well so that I could play as well. I love that song.
You
Who
mean
built it, by the way?
my secret wife? You are not
Yeah,
my
yeah.
wife.
Yes, the second wife. The second wife.
But
It
it's
is
not,
a
you're not my first wife. I've got another one actually, but yeah, I can't play it right now. I didn't. Um,
You have
uh,
another one? I
I've
have
got
to steal that one as well. Is it like what, my
one.
fourth wife?
No, it's about Quran.
Alhamdulillah.
We can do that next week because next week is the whole in the narrative thing.
Hmm.
We can do it next week.
Okay. So yeah, we can definitely do my next wife. So seems like it, my second wife or next wife or third wife or fifth wife. But like, there's so many wives that you can have as a Muslim. But this isn't that beautiful? That's a beautiful deen. Wife can take a divorce, husband can give a divorce, husband can have a different wife, wife can have a different husband. Like that's a beautiful thing, right?
Depend who it is you are talking about. If you are looking from the woman perspective, not sure if I would say beautiful thing. If you are looking from man perspective, yes.
But even for the woman, take a divorce for anything. Like ask for khula, get the khula, go to somebody else, get khula, go to somebody else. It's like a
You,
beautiful thing.
you can do whatever you want to do in your dreams. Once you wake up, not in reality, brother.
Well, that's what it is. Like as a Christian, you can't divorce your husband, you can't divorce your wife unless certain things are met. You know, you are joined together in the eyes of God forever until death takes you apart. So unless your husband is doing polygamy or adultery, or he loses the faith and does certain things, like there have to have some really, really valid things before you could actually do something. But as a Muslim, that's just so simple, easy.
For woman to divorce,
No, for women to divorce, woman cannot divorce in Islam.
yeah. So
Woman
that's
has to ask
what
for
I'm
divorce,
thinking.
and then it's up to the husband to give divorce or not. But yet, like there's still like it's easier. You don't need a valid reason. you know you can ask for a divorce for so many reasons.
She didn't dress up for me.
Yeah,
She put too much salt. She put less salt in falafel. She couldn't tie. She couldn't fold the socks as correct. Reason after reason. Life is hard.
absolutely, there's so many of these reasons, unfortunately. And before we continue, Leo said, why you and Sahil are not in the same time? Yeah, because this is my English channel and I am going live at this time. And Sahil's live stream, I didn't even know he was live. I didn't get notification. So sometimes that happens. And it will happen because we are in a different part of the world, and Sahil's live streams are no more scheduled that it will happen at that day. So yeah, so no problem, but it's just unfortunate that today we are going to overlap each other. And Blackpink, thank you so very much for your support. So sister, the topic of today: produce a surah like it, the challenge of Quran.
Brother, I know I am told to love you, but I'm gonna step in and then I will ask you why the title says challenge of Quran. Ring a verse like it. Did you forget B or is it intentionally like that?
you know I would say it is intentional because you actually gave me the option of intentional, because the verses of the Quran were coming to Muhammad as a ringing of a bell. But when I was typing it, it was unintentionally forgotten the B. But it fits perfect because Quran verses were coming like a ringing.
So I'm interpreting this as we apologize, there is a typo. Thank you.
But because sister gave me a very good notion or an emotion that ringing is also the way verses used to come to Muhammad.
Well, lots of ways verses come to Muhammad, right? Under the blanket, under the things, doing things from Mr. Tree, lots of things.
Yeah, yeah, true that, true that. So, guys, listen, when I type, I sometimes have sticky fingers, where certain characters forgets themselves, but sometimes they go right up according to the spot, ringing of the verses.
Adam,
Yes, ma'am.
be a man. Just take the responsibility. Don't blame your fingers. There is a typo. We apologize. That's it.
Remember, I told the guy last time,
He's like,
it's my hands
not
and
me.
not me.
It's not me. My fingers. It's not me. Like very basic questions someone would be asking. Why do you even have sticky fingers? Don't you wash your hands after like eating this biryani with your fingers? Didn't you get someone to like lick them, Adam? Like, don't give like those kind of impressions. Take the responsibility for these fingers. They are belong to you.
Sister, let me tell you something before we continue. In my mother tongue, which is Urdu, the language is built in such a way that the responsibility is never yours. For example, let me give you an example. If you drop your phone, what do you say? You say in English, I dropped my phone. If you're drinking water from a glass and the glass slips and falls on the ground, what do you say in English? Oh, I'm sorry, I dropped my glass, right? That's English. So whenever something like this happens, you take the responsibility. My mother language, which is Urdu, the language is built in such a way that if I translate the sentence of Urdu, we don't say I dropped my phone. We say mera phone gir gaya. My phone gotten dropped. Mera glass gir gaya. It's like my glass jumped off from the table. So, the language is built in such a way that we as a Pakistani will never be able to take a responsibility when using our own language. So this is the language we are in. So we are talking from that perspective of that language, and you can speak to any Muslim, sorry, any Pakistani or any Indian. The language is built in such a way the responsibility does not goes to the person.
And what do you want me to say to that?
I don't
All
know.
I can say is it is very basic human thing supposed to be is you take responsibility.
All right, guys, I take responsibility.
Okay, we
I'm
are like
sorry.
you did. We
I,
didn't
I
need to make this much big deal, brother. All you needed to say, oh, there is typo, instead of blaming your fingers.
See, she had to get it to my responsibility level. Man, yes, exactly, Raja. That's how the language works. So, what is Abbas doing in the live chat now? I don't know why this guy is even there. So, Abbas, I know you are mentally retarded,
Did you have
so
the
don't
debate?
use the Urdu words for that.
Did you have the debate with him?
No, he ever since he wanted to show that Nisa only means adult woman, he is running away since then. I had debates before that. I had like 4 or 5 debates with him every time he ran away, as he is the child. But after since that day, he's running away
Hmm.
because supposedly Nisa, according to his dictionary, which is nowhere to be found, only means adult woman. And then he can't even prove it. So ever since then, he's just running away like a child he is. But anyhow, let's come to our discussion because obviously uh, he's those kind of people who will just be saying stuff in the live chat and abusing and nothing else.
So what are we talking today about?
Well, we're talking about the Quranic challenge of Quran. And Mansur ran away just like Abbas Aga. They're the same kind of people. Mansur and Abbas Aga, the same kind of people. And Mansur ran away. He gave a challenge and then he couldn't even stood on the challenge, and then he added different words and different things into the challenge. You see how the problem is.
Why there is a problem?
Because Mansoor is giving a challenge, which the Quran does not give.
Okay, you need to kind of unpack that, brother. The planet you live, probably I'm not in that planet yet. So
So the Quran challenge is produce a surah like it or produce a verse like it, depending on which verse you actually read. But Quran never qualifies his statement. Does it has to be in Arabic? Does it has to be in a poetic manner? Does it has to be historically accurate? Does it has to be scientifically accurate? Because obviously, if we look into the Quran, all of these claims goes down the drain. But Mansoor has the expansion of the argument of Allah, and he is providing the argument that it has to be like this and like this and like this and like this. And our brother from the philosophy channel, what's his name? I forgot his name. The philosophy channel,
inspiring philosophy.
inspiring philosophy channel. But what's his name? You remember his name?
I don't think I know his name. Inspiring philosophy.
Yeah, he's a good guy, by the way. I like him, but I forgot his name. So he just finished it in 10 seconds. So check this out. I'm gonna start from the very beginning, and he's gonna finishing up in 10 seconds. Check this out.
Okay.
It has to be in the Arabic language.
It was.
It needs to be in any of the surah imitation.
Yep.
Any surah.
Was.
Because each surah. Can I finish my point? Then you can talk.
Already
I
happened,
don't know
but
what way
okay.
from. I don't know. But it seems like
Already
you know,
happened.
Very,
So it has to be in Arabic language. Allah never said that. It has to imitate a surah. Allah never said that. Somehow Mansoor knows that. And our brother is saying from inspiring philosophy, it has already happened.
Mike Jones.
Thank you, Mike. He's saying it's already happened.
impatient, no patience. Learn some patience. So it needs to be in the imitation of any surah of the Quran.
It has to be in the imitation of any surah of the Quran. By the way, when someone creates a surah like the imitation of any surah of the Quran, people came back and they said, oh, no, it cannot imitate a surah of the Quran. So Mansoor is now saying it has to be in any imitation of the surah of the Quran. So see, it depends on which person you speak with, because Allah never gave a goalpost. So it is such a silly, idiotic statement of Allah, basically.
It needs to be in the stylistics of that surah. It needs to be in the way the criteria is. It needs to bring, just like every surah of the Quran does, new linguistic innovation that far exceeds the total number of words in the surah. What I find is Christian apologists, they lack even the basic skill to understand the primary evidence for the Quran, which is the linguistic challenge. If I were to ask any of you, you won't be able to tell me the criteria because you haven't got a clue. You are so much immersed in your rhetoric, in your theater.
By the way, Christians do not understand this challenge, supposedly, according to Mansoor. But sister, how does the Islamic people understand this challenge? Did Jibril came and said that to them?
Well, if you think very practical, Quran is well detailed, well explained book, right?
Mhm.
And it is asking produce something like this, produce chapter like this, produce verse like this. So I am guessing when it gives those options, it will unpack it for us, right? Because it's well detailed, well explained, clear book. It is somewhere there. And I am assuming when we try to dig into it where it will be in Surah 33, verse 178.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. But like, where is the definition of it?
It's in Surah 33, verse 178.
It doesn't have it.
Brother, check it. It's there.
33:178. Are you
Yeah.
sure?
Yeah.
Oh, then I don't have that Quran. The goat ate that page.
Yeah, it's there. It's there. It came, everything was clear until someone or something stepped in and then just swallowed it nicely.
Ah. Okay, so that's one of those pages which the goat ate.
Yeah, the thing, everything when we ask very basics, and if there is no answer, and Muslim is trying to come up with definitions with the criteria, that means it end up in the tummy of the fish, and now Muslims are bringing it back.
Subhanallah, mashallah. All right, so that's what it is to begin with. I don't know how long we can listen to this, but like let me play a little one because he has to give a sorry, hadith. So we'll listen to that and then we'll skip forward.
Later, they're going to know. What is it?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Sahih Al-Bukhari 402.
what's your name?
Hold up, that's our turn now. Umar already did it. Isn't that right, Avery?
that's true. Umar
Yeah,
did it.
Sahih Al-Bukhari 402. He said, Lord agreed with me in three things. I said, O Allah's messenger, I wish we took the stations of Abraham as our praying place. So came the divine inspiration. And take you, the station of Abraham, as a place of prayer. And as regards to the verse of the veiling of women, I said, O Allah's messenger, I wish you ordered your wives to cover themselves from the men because good and bad ones talk to them. So the verse of the veiling of the women was revealed. Oh, okay. So Omar said something like the Quran, and then the verse was revealed. So Omar met the challenge. He produced something like the Quran. Isn't that right?
Yeah, Umar did it.
He did it already. So the challenge met, Quran false. There we go.
So now, let me just understand what you said something. That really shows that you weren't focusing and listening to what I said.
Were we not listening? I think we were listening.
paid attention.
Pay
So
attention.
to you. I said, challenge of the Quran. Your friend asked criteria. I started giving the criteria. Number one was in the Arabic language. Good.
Was that in the Arabic language?
Number two,
It's in Arabic.
good. One criteria. man.
1 minute.
Good.
Nice.
Well
Hey,
done.
look at that. Look at that.
Next criteria. It has to be in the imitation of any surah of the Quran.
Hey, Avery, is that in the invitation of the
Hey,
Quran?
that's just like a surah.
It is just like a surah. Look at that. Look at that.
Listen.
No, are you? Two. We got two.
That's two.
So this is the evidence. You know, people who are in the committees, that's exactly what they do. I said the second criteria is this: any imitation that you bring, it has to imitate a particular surah of the Quran.
What?
And pause there a second.
Wait.
Adam, pause there a second.
Yes.
So, have you watched all of the video? It's how
Yeah.
long it is?
It's a 23 minutes long video, but that this like he's going to say the chapter name and numbers because that's part of the hadith as well, because it's the imitation of the surah chapters and numbers. So yeah,
Okay.
say something.
No, I just wanted to find out. So does he give the criteria where he's getting his own criteria? Does he give
Nope.
the sources where he's getting his own criteria?
Nope,
Okay.
none.
Okay, I was
That's
just
not
curious.
part of this video, at least.
I was just curious. So he's coming up with this criteria. Is I think this is a very similar thing he published during the COVID, right? Meeting with the how do we know? Can anyone meet with the challenge of the Quran bring something like this? And then they made a video about the very same thing. So he's not giving you the reference how he comes and then edits up or fulfills or try to make sense of Allah's word regarding what it is to bring something like this.
Exactly, there's none.
Okay.
That's the whole thing. So, by the way, now that you are actually talking about this, let me go there. Quran was actually stolen. The whole Quranic surah and everything were stolen from Ginza Rabba. This is Ginza Rabba. This is the book of the Sabi'in. And by the way, this is Kitabul Muqaddas according to them. This is not Kitabul Kareem. This is Kitabul Muqaddas. So if we look at Ginza Rabba, and if we go to the first chapter of Ginza Rabba, you'll see the name of the chapter is Tawheed. That's the first chapter. It's called Tawheed. And now you will say, hey Adam, what do you mean by that? This is the At-Tasbih al-Awwal, the chapter number 1. It's Tawheed. In the Quran, there is no chapter of Tawheed. None whatsoever. It doesn't have it. The word Tawheed is not part of the Quran, but it's part of Ginza Rabba. That is where the word Tawheed was stolen from, by the way, at a later time. But
What-
if we read the Arabic, sorry.
What is the date for this one?
This has been attributed to the 3rd century at the latest. Some people actually attributed the 2nd century, but maximum the after all the consensus and after all the fighting and the critiques, 4th century at max.
After Hijrah, right? That
No,
is
4th century. AD.
okay. Okay.
Muhammad came 200 years later.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Okay, so Muhammad came in the 7th century, so Muhammad came later. So this is before Muhammad. So this is the Sabi'in, the book of Sabi'in. In Quran chapter number 2, Allah supposedly says in the Quran, use the word Sabi'in. This is the book of Sabi'ins. And by the way, Quran is imitating this. You already have the verses before Islam. So let me just read it, and people, you understand what I'm reading. باسم الحي العظيم مسبح ربي بقلب النقي هو الحي العظيم البصير القدير العليم العزيز الحكيم هو الأزلي القديم الغريب أقوان النور الغني أقوان النور هو القول والسميع والبصر الشفاء والزهر والقوة والثابت هو الحي العظيم مسرة القلوب or مسرة القلب وزخران وغفران الخطايا مسبح ربي بقلبي نقي يا رب الأكوان جميع مسبح أنت مبارك ممجد معظم مؤكر قيوم. So when we read Ginza Rabba, the poetry is in the same manner of the Quran. So Quran stole this poetry from Ginza Rabba. No matter what you do, Quranic poetry is a stolen poetry. And by the way, this is the same book where you will actually see that the angels bowing down to Adam has been taken from here. And here we have another thing, that you have the angels of the Noor and the angel of the fire. So you have two different type of angels, and that's what Muhammad didn't know, and he changed his notion that uh, the angel of the fire is not an angel, but rather it is. So there you go. وبارك خالق كل شيء يا خالق هابيل زيور جبرائيل رسول ومرسله على العالم الظالم. So Jibreel is the Rasul bringing things. And then we come down here. Check this out. Al Isma Huma Adam wa Huwa. And those names were Adam and Eve. ليسجد له ملائكة النار ومن أسا كمزير النار ولكن ثلاثة من الملائكة النور النساء Adam. So only 3 malaika or the angel were made out of Noor. The rest of all the malaika of the Nar, they actually did the sajda of the Adam. So when Quran actually says that Allah asked everyone to do the sajda of the Adam, or the worshipping of Adam, or bowing down or prostrating to Adam, only one did not prostrate, which was supposedly Iblis, which was supposedly made out of nar or fire. You will see all of these theologies coming down to Ginza Rabba, the book of Sabi'in, which was already there 300 years before Muhammad, at least bare minimum. So why do you have a challenge in the Quran to produce a verse like that when the Quran has been imitating and copying some other book which was already there pre-Islam?
That's a good question. I hope you are not asking me that question, because I'm not Allah. I wouldn't know.
I understand that you wouldn't know, but the problem is it's an imitation. And by the way, let me show it to you Quran. Let me show you Quran now. Have you ever read Surah Jinn?
Yes, and I love how they do dawa, right?
Mm-hmm.
They do dawa better than Muslims.
Oh yes, all night long. But let's just read the Surah Jinn and let's see what happens here. This is Surah Jinn. Say, Qul, say to Muhammad basically, it has been revealed to me that a group of genies listened and said. So there is an active voice and a passive voice. Okay, what is passive voice? When there's passive voice is, I listen to the sister Hatun, and then I say what sister Hatun is saying in my own words. That is passive voice. When I'm using active voice, it means I am stating the same thing which sister Hatun said. Nothing else, nothing more. So remember that it's an active voice. So how do you know that? You have comma here and you have another inverted commas. Now these are the words of the genies. Okay. And in Arabic, faqalu,
فقالوا
and they said active voice, inna,
إنا
which is like indeed we, like now they are saying it. So these are the words of them. Indeed, we have heard an amazing Quran. It guides to the right course, and we have believed in it, and we will never associate with our Lord anyone. These are the words of the Quran, of the genies. And that exalted is the noblest of our Lord. He has not taken a wife or a son. These are the genies, but saying, and that our foolish one has been saying about Allah an excessive transgression. And we have thought that the mankind and the genies would never speak about a lie about Allah. And there are men from the mankind who sought refuge in men, the genies, so they increase them in burden. 28 verses of the Quran are the words of the genies. And Allah said in the Quran, the challenge is, even if the genies and mankind's join hands, they will not be able to produce a surah like this. You have a surah in the Quran in which the whole surah, except for the half of the first verse, is all the words of the genies. So genies create the surah of the Quran already, and it's already part of the Quran. How can Allah do this kind of a silly challenge? It's in Arabic, part of the Quran, like the Quran, exactly like the Quran.
I don't think it's exactly like the Quran. I think it's much better than Quran and much better than Muslims. So you are asking the question is, you are asking the question why genies are meeting with the criteria of Allah or challenge of Allah and then producing something even better than Quran.
I don't know if it is better or same, but it's part of the Quran.
I would say it's better than the rest of it.
Oh,
It's
that's
better
nice.
than, it's better than some part of it, clearly, actually.
Oh, nice. I'm glad that you like that, because like the whole idea is Surah Isra, verse number 88. It says, if mankind and genies gather in order to produce a surah like this, they could not produce like of it, even if they want each other for assistance. Now imagine that's the challenge of Allah. It's already met. It's in the Quran and it's better than the Quran according to Sister Hatun. According to me, maybe. I don't know. I cannot be the judge, but Sister Hatun is a good judge, so I accept her judgment here.
As a woman, yeah.
Yeah, because she can hear better
So,
than me.
so Mansour is challenging Christians, bring something like this so that we would know. Sorry, I was gonna say Mansour is challenging Christians to bring something like this, bring chapter like this, bring verse like this, and let's say, some sake of the argument, if someone brings that, who is the judge to that?
Nobody.
Is it nobody, or man is gonna judge? Like, if I
Allah never gave this information. Who's going to judge it? That's the problem.
have you seen this?
No, please show this. Let me give you a full screen. Furqanul Haq. Alhamdulillah. Open it.
So I
Show me a page.
come across with this couple of years ago. So this is like just one page. I don't know if
Oh, I have this one. Where is my Furqanul Haq? There is somewhere in my books. Oh my gosh, I have this one.
so what I did was, this was put together as a challenge to produce something like this, right? So
Mhm.
I took this, just one page, just one page, And then I asked, that was years back, Imam in Salam. I asked him, and I did also in High Wycombe. So I did ask Imam to read it, the Arabic part, okay? And then I
Mhm.
said, I want to find out which part of the Quran is this. So I didn't like take him like, here's the book, meets with your challenge, but I just like, are you able to read this and then tell me where I can find this full surah? So he read it and then he told me if I turn on like certain surah, it is part of that surah. So he thought it was Quran. He thought it was Quran, and then he was telling me where can I find what he read in the Quran actually. So clearly, if the judge, when you produce something, you turn up to your local imam and then say, oh, I can't find this full chapter in the Quran, here's the verse, can you tell me which chapter of the Quran is this? They can be judged, and then they simply say, yeah, this is in this part of the Quran. So we
And then you then you
we
tell him that this is not even Quran. What happened then?
after that after
Oh,
so he told me where I can find it, and then I said it's strange because this is put together in the intention of bring surah like this, so you don't even know, you didn't even recognize whether this is part of the Quran or not, and you think it is part of the Quran, but actually no, it wasn't.
uh-oh.
Yeah, so
Poor little guy.
if the judge, that imam, he's simply telling me, yes, this book meets with the criteria or with the challenge of Allah. If the judge is, God knows, someone else, it's going to change according to them, right? It's going to have however they feel. They might say yes or no. So therefore, I am asking, if someone produced surah like this, then who is the one who is going to judge? And where do they get that criteria? Because not everyone met Mansur from Speaker's Corner, right?
Exactly.
So where others get their criteria? How do they make up their own criteria? Clearly, earlier hadith was brought up as well by a Christian. Umar met with this criteria, right?
Exactly.
So it's not only Umar met with the criteria, Allah agreed with Umar in that criteria, right? Allah
And he
agreed.
gave the verse exactly like what Umar said.
Yeah. So I guess the basic question is, if I bring something like this, who is the judge?
No one. That's the idea. Like the problem with this silly challenge is that it is not even a challenge. You understand what I'm saying? The problem with this challenge is that this is not even a challenge. There is no way that you can challenge this thing and say that this is a challenge unless the rules of the challenge and the final goalpost is defined. And there is no definition for this at all anywhere. So I'm amazed. I'm amazed how these people can actually say something when their Allah did not say anything about it.
Well, we live in a times where Muslims know more than Allah. We shouldn't be surprised by that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They have Jibril coming to them far faster than. By the way, I'm gonna show you something. By the way, Surah Jinn we already seen, but let's go back here. All of these verses, genies are saying. By the way, genies. They're all genies saying it. And that when the servant of Allah stood up supplicating him, they almost all of these genies saying. Genies. Hello, internet, don't go back. Except whom he has approved, that he may know that they have conveyed the message. All of these verses, that's the end of it, are genies. Spoken by the genies. Exactly word by word in the first person. Genies. And these were the things what the genies were telling Muhammad while they were riding him, right, sister?
Genies no more than, sorry, genies are very good. Genies are very good. Yeah. It's not like, so one of the things you are also debunking is the statement that Quran is the very word of Allah, right? Because you are pointing out not only one verse but over 20 verse.
28.
Yeah, it is very word of genius.
Yep.
Not one verse, not one word, but over 20.
The whole surah, except the first verse is half. Because now, say, it has been revealed to me that a group of genies listened and said, comma, inverted commas begins. So half of the first verse and then all the rest of the 28 verses. The words of genies. The whole surah. It's a bigger surah than Surah Ikhlas, than Surah Ikhlas. So all of the kuls, Surah Nas, Surah Ikhlas, and the other two kuls, and all of them combined are not equal to this surah. This is how big this surah is. 28 verses.
Nice.
You know the importance of the four kuls?
Remind me.
So there are four kuls in the Quran. Like these are the four surahs that starts with kul. Surah Kafirun, Surah Ikhlas, Surah Falak, Surah Nas. All of them has like 4 or 5 verses, right? So I think Surah Nas might have 6. So you can say 6 plus 5, 11 plus 6, 17 plus 4, 20. So all of the four kul combined have 20 verses. 4 surahs combined have 20 verses. This surah has 28 verses. It's a bigger surah than all four kuls. And in Islam, four kuls have very importance. You might go to a Muslim family and they will have four kuls as on the wall, written on the wall. You can actually buy this and put it in a wall like the four kuls. It's a very, very common thing.
Nice.
And they have it. Allah revealed it better than that. So you will have these four kuls in different kind of a shape and form in different houses. Like even my house, we had four kul over there on the wall. Let me show it to you.
You mean you
How the
had?
four kul looks like.
You mean you had?
I had,
Okay.
not now, obviously. So
Mhm.
this, like, it could be like this,
Oh yeah.
top to bottom,
Yeah,
four
yeah.
kuls. It could be like this, like as in four here or this. So there are so many ways to write it and put it on the wall. Like this, look at it. It's already in a wall. This picture, it's already placed in a wall. So these are called four kuls. Very important, the four kuls. Kul. All of the four kul combined does not have that many verses that this verses stated by the genies.
So let me ask basic question. You said you watched the video. When Christians brought up Bukhari 402, Allah agreed with Umar in 3 things. What was Mansur's response?
He stopped engaging.
How? He said
Let me show it.
he said
Let
he
me
needed
show.
to go.
No, check
He
this
said you
out.
are not listening.
He stopped listening to them. Let me show it to you. Hold on, give me a second. Hold on. Okay.
Problem might be.
Well, then the Quran is not clear.
Yeah.
It is not detailed.
Yeah.
It is not perfected and fully
Yeah, I replied
explained.
to you.
Every time he adds to the Quran, he is proving the Quran is false when it
So he changed his goalpost right around here. So let me just bring it down there before we
Does
can.
anyone know how many ayat in Surah Al-Baqarah? Where does the Quran tell you it has to match the number of ayats?
See, now he created a new that you are bringing four verses. Oh, it has to match Surah Baqarah. So he's changing the goalpost now
Why is it Surah Baqarah?
because like you have to watch it the whole thing. That's why I was going slowly. But the problem is now he's changing the goalpost because apparently he lost. Let me go back then. That's cool.
Okay, but like, so why he's asking for Surah Baqarah is 286 verse or something? How many verses in that? Mm.
That's not the problem. The problem is that he's making his own goalpost.
Okay, that's like why he's especially asking for Surah Baqarah but not Surah 4.
Ikhlas, because Surah Ikhlas has 4 verses. So why not Surah Ikhlas? Yeah,
286.
you're right.
286.
So the whole idea is changing the goalpost, like, because there is nowhere in the Quran which Allah has said anything. So he's gonna change no matter where and jump no matter what. Because that's the thing. Because if you give these Muslims the courtesy of engaging with them by saying, okay, I take your narrative, okay, you said 3 things and these 3 things are met, then they're gonna change. That's what happens. So this is met.
Skill. Let me help you with that.
But Mansour, you gotta
the
let us
criteria-
respond.
You gotta let us respond.
God, respond.
There.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
So listen, ladies and gentlemen. So at first it was that the verse has to imitate any surah.
I didn't say verse.
Yeah. Well, you said it has to imitate a surah of the Quran. You did he not say
He said it has to imitate.
it has to imitate a surah?
Yes.
Right? That's what you
Yes.
said.
Yes.
Okay. We just told you.
2, 1,
Chapter
2,
2 and 66.
He only came
So
up with
hold on,
verses.
hold on, Mansour. Let's
That's not even
hold on. You're not hearing us. Okay? You got to pay attention. All right,
I know this is hard for you.
guys.
Okay.
So listen, here's the issue, ladies and gentlemen. The issue is that not only does the Quran say bring a surah like it, it also says bring something like it.
Yeah.
So if it imitates a chapter, if it imitates a verse, that qualifies.
Boom.
So now when you say let it imitate a surah, well, we have here Umar is imitating multiple surahs. He imitates chapter 2 to where it even becomes a verse in chapter 2.
Yep.
He imitates chapter 66 to where it becomes a verse in 66. So if he is saying something that makes it into the Quran, how is that not an imitation of the Quran?
Okay.
See, very important question. Now Mansoor got stuck. That's a very good question. Now Mansoor is going to rant for another 5 minutes. If you don't want to listen to the rant, I'm gonna skip forward and let's go here. Or do you want to listen to his rant?
What is his response to that?
Another rant. So let me just play it. So because like I think you gotta watch it. That's the problem. It's important.
Brother, there is
Because
a
I said, not really understanding what the criteria is. When
See?
you imitate a surah,
When he imitate a surah?
Let's listen.
listen carefully so I can learn. Because I see that Christian apologists, for some reason, they don't.
See personal attacks and all that. So let me skip forward personal attacks.
Go ahead, Mansour. Sorry.
Look at how the comedy is being exposed. They said Surah Baqarah number 2. Surah number Baqarah doesn't have 3 ayats. It has more than 100. Right? That means any imitation of Surah Baqarah has to be equivalent to the number of ayats.
See, so imitation of Surah Baqarah has to be like that's what he is doing. So because Abu Bakr supposedly imitated Surah Baqarah, it has to be equal to that. Why? Where does it say?
Yeah, Umar.
Like the Quran verse that you produce has to imitate a surah. Where does this is being said? Why does it has to imitate the surah?
Surah 33, 178. It must be there.
Ha, 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 ha. But the
So-
goat ate it, right?
So what we have here is Quran doesn't tell you what is the expectation, because you are simply asking, Allah is challenging, and then you want to meet with the challenge. You want to take your chance, right? Therefore, you need to get some details. Okay, what does this mean? Allah is silent. Allah is silent. Allah is more silent thanks to missionaries of 21st century like Mansour. Steps in, and then here how can I help out Allah? This is what Allah actually meant. I know he's silent, but this is what he meant, and then he tries to break that down. And then not break that down, like unpack it, come up with his things, and then kind of give the impression this is actually what it is. No. Allah is silent. You are coming with your own criteria, and with the criteria, so-called non-criteria of criteria, Umar met with that criteria. Genies met that criteria. In Ayat al-Kursi, Satan met with that criteria, right? And 21st century, people met with that criteria. We just can't find the right judge to judge it.
What makes you think that on the 7th century this criteria was not met? Because all the people who were doing poetry, Muhammad killed them.
Well, I don't think it didn't met because Umar clearly meets with it, right? And then says Allah.
Yeah, and not just Umar, all of the false prophets that they say that at the time of Muhammad there were many false prophets, including one of the famous one is Musaylima, whom Muhammad said he is Al-Kazab. So he was doing the poetry. Muhammad killed him and all his poetry was gone.
Don't we have this guy who left Islam? He was one of the
Saad bin Abi Sarah, the verse of the Quran, the last part,
one of
Fatabarakallahu Ahsan al-Khaliqeen, that was actually written by Saad bin Abi Sarah.
No, I was thinking on this scriber says, "Oh, I do better than you," and then he just leaves Islam.
That's Saad bin Abi Sarah. That's the guy.
Okay, that's the guy.
So the last part. So when he looked, when the verses were being revealed, and Muhammad asked him to write the verse, and Muhammad was talking about the verse of chapter number 24, verse number 13, when he was talking how the creation is created inside the womb of the mother, he got amazed. And in his amazement, he said, Fatabarakallahu ahsan al-khaliqeen. Blessed be Allah, the best of all creators. And Muhammad said, write it as is.
Yeah.
And he said, what? He said, write it as is. That's how it was revealed. So Saad bin Abi Sarah said, if Muhammad is a prophet, then I am prophet too.
Yeah.
Because this was revealed to me. Otherwise, Muhammad is a liar. And he left Islam. And he was the first ex-Muslim. The Islamic scholar says in the tafsir of this that Saad bin Abi Sarah was the first apostate from Islam, because he said Tabarakallahu Ahsan al-Khaliqeen. So blessed be Allah, the best of all creators. So according to this guy, there are more creators, and that is part of the Quran now. How could it be part of Quran? How could Saad bin Abi Sarah would know this sentence whatsoever?
Let me put that on the screen so we all see it. I need to make it bigger.
Absolutely right.
Is it bigger to read it? Big enough to read it?
Yeah.
Who is guilty of more wrong than he who forget a lie against Allah, or said, I am inspired, 693. This was revealed about a liar, Musalliyam al-Hanafi. This man was whatever that word is, this word, soothsayer.
Soothsayer, who would say very soothing things.
Okay. Who composed rhythm speech and claimed prophethood. He claimed that he was inspired by Allah. See, people already, I am inspired by Allah. I can do those kind of things. And then who said, I will reveal the like of that which Allah had revealed. This verse was revealed about Abdullah ibn Sa'd ibn
Abi Sarah.
This man had declared his faith in Islam, and so Messenger of Allah, Allah bless him and give him peace, called him one day to write something for him.
Sister, may I give you a pause? Give me a second. Mr. Underwear, I don't know what your name is, Underwear something. Christian post against Islam, but Islam can help Christianity. The link is there. Sister, did you pin the link in your DCCA ministry channel? Because I think he needs a pin.
I don't know if I did it. Did I?
So can you please pin the link, because this guy might want to talk. It's in your channel. So come on, Mr. Underwear, please help Christianity.
Oh, okay. So how come link is not being pinned? Someone is doing very terrible job, and it's not me. It's my fingers. Okay, let me find it.
Sister Hatum's fingers messed up today. So, Mr. Underwear.
Just a second. I usually ask people, right? And then I'm like so proud. Oh, I think I pinned it stuff. So sorry, I apologize.
No worries, no worries.
My fingers it's not me. It's not me, it's fingers.
See, Sister Hatun is getting my shadow now.
I'm just joking. It's my fault.
No,
It's
you are under my shadow, as you can see, like, right now.
I am.
So you're
Oh,
inspired by me, like inspiring philosophy. So, Mr. Underwear, you can join in and tell us how come Saad bin Abi Sarah's statement became the part of the Quran? Please, come on. All right. Sorry, sister. You can continue reading.
I apologize. Phil already told me that link is not being pinned, but I didn't see it, brother. Sorry. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? The verse was revealed about blah 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 blah. This man had declared his faith in Islam, and so Messenger of Allah, Allah curse him and pieces him, called him one day to write something for him. When the verse regarding the believers were revealed, verily, we created a man from the product of wet earth. Surah 23, verse 12 to 14. The Prophet dictated them to him. When he reached up to and then produced it as another creation, Abdullah expressed his amazement at the what is this word?
Yeah.
This word.
Precision of a man's creation.
And by saying, so blessed be Allah, best of creators. Messenger of Allah, curses him and then pieces him. That this Abdullah's last expression is how it was revealed to me. At that point, doubt crept into Abdullah. He said, if Muhammad is truthful, then I was inspired just as he was.
Mhm.
And if
Mhm.
he's lying, I have uttered exactly what he did utter, since Allah's word, and who said, I will reveal the like of which Allah had revealed. The man renounced Islam.
He is the first ex-Muslim, the very first ex-Muslim of Islam.
What is his reasoning?
This reason that this is not Allah's divine words. This is me saying it.
Yeah, I can do exactly the way Muhammad does it, and then I can do better than Muhammad because I'm 1 foot in front of Muhammad, right? Muhammad is hearing from me and then say, yeah, write it down. That's how I was inspired. And then guys just like, yep, this guy is liar. Let's move on.
Yeah, so Mr. Underwear, you can join in and tell us how this is wrong. I'm so anxious to hear about it, because this is the first ex-Muslim of Islam, and for this guy, Muhammad said at the conquest of Makkah time, if you find this guy hiding behind the curtain of Kaaba, slice him there. That's what Muhammad said.
Someone made I don't know if this person is Muslim or Christian, but the person made very helpful comment. People are becoming ex-Muslim without Quran to fully
Compile,
reveal.
yeah.
Fully reveal. Yeah, like
Exactly.
it's so amazing. Like the moment Quran is still coming together, people are becoming ex-Muslim. Muhammad is dead. Suddenly everyone wants to become ex-Muslim, right?
Exactly.
Messed up.
Yeah, the link is there in my channel as well. Anybody who wants to join in as who is a Muslim, like like I want Muslims to engage and talk about it. This is very important. And I would humbly request the Christians not to join for now, because that won't give any benefit. So this Mr. Underwear guy who said that supposedly Christians are saying something, dude, Islam is an anti-Christian cult by default, and it stands on the crunches of anti-Christianity. That's what Islam is. So come on, Mr. Underwear, show us what you want us to read. Come on up. What's the problem? Why are you so scared? Agha Abbas, come on, man. So the tafsirs are written by the Jews and the Christians, right? What an idiot you are, man. Really speaking. Sorry to all the idiots. My bad. Apologies to all the idiots. Yeah, because they will mind because I called you an idiot. Sorry about that. So, by the way, sister, the problem in this verse is twofold. how can Allah be the best of creators? So Allah agreed that there are multiple creators and he is the best among the creators.
Isn't the same God who agrees is the best among all other deceivers?
Yeah, deceivers, humans can be deceivers, yes. Like when it comes to deceivers, human can be deceivers, right? But when it comes to creators, there can be only one creator. Or if there are multiple creators, then all of those creators has to be God. You see the
Well,
problem? Like deceivers can be humans. Humans can be deceivers. So Allah can say he's the best of all deceivers. But when it comes to creators, Khaliqeen, Khaliqeen, that is like Allah is claiming that there are multiple creators, but he's the better of all creators.
so I think Allah is somehow comparing himself with Jesus, because Jesus is the creator according to Quran.
Ah.
Allah is like, oh, like, you know, when someone says I'm better than you, you know, actually in reality they are not better than you, they just want everyone else to believe. I think this is one of those moments.
That is true. But we have another problem. In the Arabic language, creators means three and more than three. When there are two creators, then it will not be Khaliqeen, it will be Khaliqon or Khaliqun, something like that. Sorry about my Arabic. But not creator Khaliqeen. Khaliqeen is three or more because the Arabic goes single as Khaliq, and dual, and then three and more than three. So now you have to give me the third creator.
Spirit blows into Mary's private part and then gives life.
Oh, okay. So Allah is better than the Spirit and the Jesus as creators.
Mhm.
Then
That-
you are telling me that Jesus and
that's what
Spirit
he
is.
claims.
Hmm?
But that's what he claims. But I would say I disagree with that, because when you look at the very Islamic traditions, where Allah claims he's the better than all other creators, how long it takes Allah to create Adam, right? It's very, very long process. Adam
Oh,
fed up.
الخالقين
Adam fed up and then says like, finish me before it turns to dark, right? Versus Jesus breathes into clay bird and then bird is alive and flying around. Bird is not saying like, come on Jesus, finish me, so I want to go and then do whatever bird things do over there. Bird is not saying anything. Jesus breathes and then birds comes to be living. Versus for Adam
so
is like, come on Allah, finish me.
so basically, if it is two, it will be Khaliqan.
Okay.
If it will be single, it will be Khaliq. If it is three or more, it's Khaliqeen. So Khaliqan, two creators. Allah is the Ahsanul Khaliqan means Allah is the better of the two creators. Allah is Ahsanul Khaliqeen. He is better than three or more creators. So that's where the problem lies in, because this is something really, really stupid.
I'm not sure how kind it is to say Quran is stupid and Allah is stupid.
Hmm.
That's not very kind thing to do, right?
I'm so sorry to all the stupid people. I apologize humbly. And now Agha said, "Oh, so you should accept Gospel of Thomas, my friend."
What?
When does your actual scholars actually pronounced a certain book as heretical, cultish book or apocrypha account? None. When was Qurtubi pronounced to be a tafsir written by a cultish movement? Nowhere. Qurtubi was never pronounced to be that. So you gotta bring up a better argument, my friend.
I'm not.
Learn.
I'm not sure why are we talking of Gospel of Thomas? Like,
Because he said nobody accept this. Like nobody accept what? It's written in your books, not just one book, multiple books. Which book do you denounce right now? Do you denounce Qurtubi? Tell me. Okay, what do you accept? You are not accepting this as Babul Nazul. That's your problem. So show me what book do you accept? Give me like 5 or 6 tafsir writer names. You have no idea about it. You are the guy who yet have to debate me on Nisa being only used for adult women. We have different criteria. Science of hadith. My foot for your science of hadith. Science of hadith. There's no science of hadith. Absolutely none. Let me show you certain things to sister as to everyone. Let me show you how common this thing is, and we will see. This is Tafsir al-Bayzawi. Tafsir al-Bayzawi. According to your scholars, this is 685. Man, you see how close we go? So here we will go to the same location, and it says, Tajaban min tafzil al-khalaq al-insan. He was so amazed by looking at the explanation and the clarity of tafsil, as in detail explanation of how the human being was created. Faqala alayhi salatu wassalam, aktabaha fakazalika nazzalat. And Muhammad said, write it as is, because he was amazed, and that's why he said, Fatabarakallahu ahsanul khaliqin. And aktabaha fakazal nazalat. Muhammad said, write it down, because this is how it was revealed to me. Fashak Abdullah, and the doubt crept into Abdullah. وَقَالَ لَإِنْ كَانَ مُحَمَّدًا صَادِقًا. And he said, if Muhammad is truthful, لَقَدْ أَوْهَيْ إِلَيْهِ كَمَا أَوْهَيَ. It was revealed to me as it was revealed to him then. وَلَإِنْ كَانَ كَذَّابًا. Otherwise, Muhammad is a liar. لَقَدْ قُلْتَ كَمَا قَالَ. Because that is what I said. That is what I said. So, this is Baghawi. That's what he's saying. Some stupid person rejects that. That stupid person has to prove it. Now, this is Tibrsi. Let me give you Tibrsi as well. This is Baghawi. Let me give you Tibrsi. Now, when we give you Tibrsi, they also says the same thing. Wakil al-Murad bihi Abdullah bin Saad. This is about Abdullah bin Saad bin Abi Sarah. That he was walaqad kana khalaqal insana min salatin min Surah Al-Mu'mineen, the verse ila qawli summa khalaqal al-mu'minun 14. Fahijri al lisana ibn Abi Sarah fatabarakallahu ahsanal khaliqin. And suddenly on the tongue of Abdullah, the statement was said, fatabarakallahu ahsanal khaliqin. The blessed is Allah, the best of all creator. Famla alayya wa qala hazakal anzala. Muhammad said, this is how it was revealed. Fa'artad. Abdullah rejected Islam and he became an apostate. He did artad. Aduwullah wa qala la in kana Muhammad sadikan falaqad awhi ilayha kama awhiya ilayhi wala in kana kazzaban. And he said, if Muhammad is truthful, then this was revealed to me as it was revealed to him. Otherwise, Muhammad is a liar. Faqad qulta kama qala wa artadan al-Islam. And that is why he became a murtad of Islam. This is Tafsir al-Tibrsi. Imagine 548 Hijri. 548 Hijri. Let me go to Qurtubi. I'll go. Qurtubi. Al-Qurtubi. 671 Hijri. So imagine this is being written in almost all of your tafsirs. And it says, Abdullah was very amazed by looking at how the human was created. Tabarakallahu ahsanul khaliqin. He said, blessed is Allah, the best of all creators. Faqala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this is how it was revealed. Write it down. Fashak Abdullah. Doubt crept into Abdullah. Waqala in kana Muhammadan sadikan. If Muhammad is truthful, laqad awhi ilayhi kama awhiya ilayhi. Then it was revealed to me as it was revealed to Muhammad. Wala in kana kazzaban. Otherwise, Muhammad is a liar. Laqad qulta kama qal. Because this is what I said. For artadan al-Islam. And then he left Islam and he became a murtad. He became a murtad. This is Qurtubi. Let me show it to you. This is Qurtubi. This is Al-Qurtubi. Let me go to Samarkandi. You have so many of these scholars saying the same thing. You cannot even denounce that. This is a Samarkandi. No matter what you are, which firqa you follow, it's all the same. Abdullah bin Sa'd bin Abi Sarah kana katabul wahi. Abdullah bin Sa'd bin Sarah was the katib wahi, was the writer of the wahi. Fakana al Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam idha umli alayhi samiyana alladhina yaqdul alayhi wa yazida wa izam umli alayhi.
Brother, you are
Sirah.
going very fast. You are going very fast.
Like this is Arabic, so forget that part. So he was the one who was writing the wahi of Muhammad, and then this is what happened. Yuhayla hay faqad awhay ilayha. If it was revealed to Muhammad, then it was revealed to me. Wa in kana yazibul alayhi faqad unzila alayhi masalan. Man, and he became kafir. Man, this is written in almost every one of them. Let's read Al-Madawi. Madhavi. No problem. Al-Madivi. So this is about Sa'd bin Abi Sarah. Annahu Abdullah bin Sa'd bin Abi Sarah. Kala al-Farah kana yaktab al-Nabi. He was the Katib, he was the writer of the Nabi. And then same thing. And then this خلق الآخر فقال Sa'd bin Abi Sarah فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ أَحْسَنَ الْخَالِقِينَ. The blessed be Allah, the best of all creators. Tajuban min tafsil khalaq al-insan. That how detailed Allah described how the human was created. Faqala Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this is how it was revealed. Fashak wa artad. And the doubt crept into him and he became a murtad. This is Madevi.
So the reason these people are becoming.
I have more. Baghawi. I'm gonna give him. So all the people who are in the live chat, Muslims listening, it is not written in one location. It is written in every location. Al-Baghawi. Let's read. Same thing. Nazalat fi Abdullah bin Sa'd bin Abi Sarah. Same thing. Faqala tabarakallahu ahsan al-khaliqin. He said, blessed be Allah, the best of all creators. And Muhammad said, write it as is. Fashak Abdullah. Doubt crept into him. And he said, Muhammad is a liar because this came to me first. And he left Islam and became one of the murtad. This is Al-Baghawi. And I have more, sister. Jawzi, Ibn Jawzi, you know, the one that, what is the name of the guy, the holes in the narrative was talking about?
Yes,
Al-Jizvi. Yes, Al-Jizvi. He said, this is about Abdullah bin Sa'd bin Abi Sarah as well. Tabarakallahu ahsanul khaliqin. And then the shak crept into him. And he said, if Muhammad is Sadiq, then I have revealed the wahi, I have received the wahi just like Muhammad. Otherwise, he is a liar. And that is why he left Islam. This is what? Ibn al-Jawzi, the guy who spent 30 years in understanding the holes in the narrative. Now, this is Tibri, one of the earliest scholar of tafsir, Tibri. And he said, this is about Sa'd bin Abi Sarah as well. Same. It is about Sa'd bin Abi Sarah, and he left Islam because he said, if Muhammad is Sadiq, then this was revealed to me. So imagine, sister, every single renowned scholar of Islam who's doing the tafsir is saying that it is about Sa'd bin Abi Sarah. So Mr. so-called Abbas Agha, you have to denounce all of them as being stupid idiot if you want to reject this. You have to denounce all of them. Ji, Sister Hatun, what do you want to say? Okay, sister is out somewhere. Something happened probably. So I went into this detail because
I'm here. I wanted to make a point.
Yes.
So
sister.
the reason these people are all becoming apostate is because remember Ubay bin Ka'b, who got struck on his chest, that caused him doubt. The doubt he didn't even had in the time of Jahiliyyah. And he was these Sahabais that you needed to take the Quran from. So because these individuals didn't get punched by Muhammad, therefore they left Islam. If Ubay bin Ka'b didn't get punched, probably he would leave Islam as well. But yeah, I think that's the reason, like all they
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. So only the punch left him inside Islam. Otherwise, he would have
Yeah.
also been. But sister, like, come on, man. Like, really? Like, these people come in and just suddenly says, this is the IA. You should accept Gospel of Thomas. You stupid idiots, brain dumps, useful or useless idiots, basically. Every single scholar is saying that. Nobody said that this is wrong. Everyone said as that this verse was revealed for it. Because of it. For what? For 700 years after the death of Muhammad, they were saying that. 700 years after the death of Muhammad, they were all saying it. And then suddenly, after 1400 years, some of the scholars, like so-called Agha Abbas, realized, no, this is daif. How did you get this information? That this is daif? Oh, because it looks bad. Why was Muhammad wanted to kill Saad bin Abi Sarah? Because Saad bin Abi Sarah said, Muhammad, you are a liar. This was the reason why he said that. That is why Muhammad said, even if he is behind the curtain of the Kaaba, kill him right there. There you go. I'll show it to you. This is Life of Muhammad. Siratun Nabi by Ibn Sa'd. 229. Let's read. No, not 229. It should be 299. Hold on. 299. Come on. Okay. Now, the apostle has instructed his commanders when they enter Makkah only to fight those who resist them, except a small number who were to be killed even if they are found beneath the curtains of Kaaba. Among them was Abdullah bin Sa'ad bin Abi Sarah, the brother of Bani Amir bin Layth. The reason he ordered him to be killed was that he has been Muslim and who used to write down the revelation. Then he apostatized and returned to Quraysh and fled to Uthman bin Affan, who was the forested brother he was. What do you say, sister?
And today, lots of people are leaving Islam, so I'm not surprised. People are writing. So Mansour is challenging non-Muslims to produce something like it. And then in Islamic tradition, one of the things we get to see is people are producing lots of things like it. And once they notice, yeah, I am meeting with the challenge of Allah, what they do? They walk out of Islam. Mind-blowing, right?
Absolutely.
So lots of people met the very challenge of Muhammad or very challenge of Allah.
And you know what? The hadith about this has been removed from sunnah.com. Imagine this. I'm going to show it to you. This is Sunnah Abi Dawud 4358. They removed it from sunnah.com. There you go. Can't find it.
Let me see if I do have the screenshot of it or not.
Sunnah Abi Dawud 4358. They removed it from sunnah.com. Unbelievable. Like, this is how deceptive these people are. They are removing things left, right, and center.
So it was like almost 10 years ago at Speaker's Corner, we were talking about, week after week, we were talking about how Muhammad beat Aisha, Sahih Muslim 21-27.
Mhm.
It was like happening almost like week after week, right? And then in one of the conversation, this Mr. Muslim is saying hadith doesn't say that. So they go to sunnah.com They go to sunnah.com.
and it says nudged him. They change the English word
Yeah.
from punch to nudge. I know. I know. It's like so silly, man.
So she comes to me, and so she's got this Muslim who is telling her hadith says this, and then I did have the copy of the hadith with me because like I would bring the hadith in this at speakers corner in book form, and then in the physical copy it was yeah, so it was such a shame. Like they notice you are bringing up something again and again, and then they don't know how to deal with it. What is the basic things they do? They get rid of it, they edit it out. So I am not surprised that like they simply, you can't simply find the hadith. It's like mysteriously just got disappeared, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. By the way, there is an ex-Hindu Muslim in the live in the background who is abusing. My friend, bring your father. I'll speak with him. He's running away from me. I cannot bring somebody forcefully to have a debate. So instead of him effing my generations within a second, seems like his private part cannot stand limp in a second. I don't know how he can do that if he go limp within a second. So he can join in instead of you putting these kind of stupid idiotic comments in the live private chat. I think you should go and bring him up. Okay?
Um,
Or any of your fathers or grandfathers that you want, all of them combined. I've told you I will debate 8 of them in one go. So you have 8 and I have 1, and one of my friend will be with me, and you can bring 8 of them, and you 8 of them cannot destroy me. That is my challenge, and that's why they are so scared of me. Yes, sister, you want to say something?
I love Adam's humbleness here, but I just want to point out. So Adam identified the person in the backstage as ex-Hindu. I just wanted to say ex-Hindu who is Muslim now, because he's talking about his mufti, how his mufti will do things to whole of generation of Adam within few seconds stuff. I just wanted to ask practical question. Why Muslims are so into these sex things, and they think not only they're involved with this kind of things, but they can do these things in front of the cameras? Why? Don't you think that's just like ugly? Like he did within a second, like when you bring him to life, like why would anyone, for like lots of questions, right? Why would anyone want to have sex with someone who is not their husband or their wife? Point number one. Point number two, why would anyone do that in front of third person? Point number three, why would you want to do that in the live stream? Just go to Afghanistan. Just go to madrasas. Why are you laughing? Like, just like, seriously, this, like, ex-Hindi, don't be like this. What was that word? I forgot the word. Male prostitute.
Gigolo.
Gigolo. Don't be gigolo. You are not anyone's gigolo. If
No,
that,
he is the gigolo of those 3 muftis that he described, and I challenged all of these 3 muftis.
they
And
don't,
especially one of the mufti, Yasin Nadeem Al-Wajidi, he said in his channel, who can be a moderator between a debate between me and Adam? And I said, like, you don't need moderators. It's like the time when you actually have timers. You don't
why,
need a moderator.
why is he asking for moderator while he's sending his gigolois here? That what he's gonna do in a live stream, like those words he's using in the backstage for the, like, seriously, like, ugly, like, just ugly. Like, can't you come up with argument? And clearly you cannot. And if you don't come up with argument, just go home and then study and then learn to develop arguments. If you can't even do that, just stay at home. Don't engage with people who are asking or who are challenging you for these debates and discussions, right? You don't
Exactly.
have to, like, don't, like, I just think it's just ugly. Like, it's like all like he will do these things in life. Like, why do you want to be recorded? Like, anyway, brother, sorry, let's focus. So what was this
Yeah,
hadith?
let's do this.
What was this hadith you said it's not there?
So this hadith is not there, but I'm going to show you the other hadith. This is the hadith that I'm going to show it from another website. This is called Hamari Web. This is a Pakistani website. So I'm going to show this hadith from that website. Hamari Web has Urdu as well as in English as well. So I'm going to show it to you from there. And it says, narrated Abdullah bin Asad bin Abi Sarah used to write the revelation for Muhammad. Satan made him slip and he joined the infidels. And Muhammad commanded to kill him on the day of the conquest. Uthman bin Affan sought protection and then Muhammad gave him the protection. Now, the contradiction, I'm going to show it to you that Muhammad did not give the protection to him. Muhammad was very angry. So this is Hadith Sunnah.4358. Let's go to 4359. By the way, 4358 has been removed from sunnah.com. At this moment, you can't see it from sunnah.com. All right. On the day of the conquest of Makkah, Abdullah bin Sa'd bin Abi Sarah, he himself hid himself and with Uthman bin Affan. He brought him, Uthman bin Affan brought him and made him stand before Prophet and said, accept the allegiance of Abdullah, Messenger of Allah. So Uthman ordered Muhammad to accept the allegiance of Sa'd bin Abi Sarah. He raised his head and looked at him 3 times, refusing him each time. Muhammad moved his head on the left. He said it again. He said it again and moved it left, right, left, right. Muhammad was not accepting it, but accepting his religion after the 3rd time. So 3 times later, Muhammad had nothing to do except to say something, and Muhammad didn't say something. Muhammad was like, whatever. Then when Uthman left with Sa'd bin Abi Sarah, what did Muhammad said? Then turning to his companion, he looked towards his companion and said, was not there a wise man among you who would stand up and kill him? When he saw that I withheld my hand from accepting his allegiance and kill him, Muhammad was so furious among the other companions that were sitting there that haven't you heard what I said before? Couldn't you, one of you, just stand up and kill Sa'd bin Abi Sarah? I told you, even if it is behind the curtain of Kaaba, kill him. He was right in front here. And you guys never did that? The companion said, they said, we did not know what you had in your heart. Messenger of Allah, why did you not give us a sign or signal with your eye?
I remember this one.
And then he said, it is not advisable for a prophet to play deceptive tricks with the eyes. Imagine if Muhammad didn't wanted to give allegiance, he should have told his companion, kill him. But Muhammad was so scared of Uthman that Uthman brought him in. Muhammad said no 3 times, but then on the 4th time he had to say yes, because nobody stood up in front of Uthman that it was the order of Muhammad, we gotta kill him. This is what is written. Ex-Hindu Muslim, if you want to talk, I will bring you up. But you have to speak about this subject. No ranting about your fathers and the grandfathers, all of them. And you will be given only 1 chance, not 2. So make sure that you use this chance wisely and speak about the subject and nothing else. So I'm gonna get you up because I can see you being a crybaby in the backstage. There you go. Speak wisely. You are live. Unmute yourself and speak.
Mr. or Mrs. Exundu, let's hear your voice.
Come on, man, or I'll drop you. I'll count to 5 and I'll drop you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Thank you so very much. Enjoy the deception of Allah. All right, sister, let's go back to our subject. So he was talking about this hadith, that it is not, this is a Zaif hadith. By the way, this is an absolutely Zaif hadith. Okay, the Zaif translation is S-A-H-I-H. Nowadays, Zaif is pronounced as S-A-H-I-H. Okay.
Do you remember the scholar from Cambridge the Sufi guy, where he was commenting on Da'if or Sahih, all that. And then he pointed out, actually, even if it's Da'if, it means it's already passed the test.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I know Muslims find it easier to today simply say to the Sahih Hadith no, because it puts their prophet in very bad situation. But even the moment when you say this is Da'if, you are simply pointing out, actually, we cannot trust our own tradition. And that's like, you don't want to be in that place, because where are you going to put the line, right? You are simply crossing the line.
The problem is that when you actually look at the early Islamic scholars, they never said something like this. They used the Da'if hadiths. So let me bring up this sheikh that you were talking about.
Each time. So the first Yasin, because Yasin, lima quriha la, Yasin, you get, and these are weak hadiths, but I did something called the Content of Character, which is a small book on prophetic invocation, prophetic akhlaq, hadiths from the Prophet. And there were some weak hadiths. It was a collection by Ali Mazru'i's father, Amin al-Mazru'i. And I liked the collection, so I translated it. And to be trustworthy, all the hadiths that he put in, I put in there. And some of them were weak. But there's an attack on weak hadiths in our time. A weak hadith is anywhere from a B- to a D-.
B- to a D-. Sister, imagine B-. B-. You know what B- is? B- means that the person has achieved almost 82% marks. That is a B-. 82% marks, 84% marks, 84.99% marks. That's the B-. He's going to explain it. This is Sheikh Hamza Yusuf.
All right. A Hasan hadith is a B to an A-. And then a Sahih hadith, I'm just using a language you can understand. An A- is like a Sahih hadith is from an A to an A+, to 100%. Mutawatir is 100%. Al-Bukhari is like 98%, 99%. Muslim and Bukhari, 99%. Sahih Muslim, 97%. So a weak hadith is not thrown out. Just like a professor doesn't throw out a paper that gets a D-. It didn't flunk. It passed. And so when the ulama say it's a weak hadith, it passed. In other words, it's something that cannot be proven to not have been said by the Prophet. The probability...
That's the best and important thing. Nobody can prove that this is not said by the Prophet. Let me rewind it. Check this out.
In other words, it's something that cannot be proven to not have been said by the Prophet.
So he actually said it the other way around. So Muslim says this is da'if because it is not said by the Prophet. He said a da'if hadith is called da'if because nobody can prove that it is not said by the Prophet. That is the reality of a da'if hadith. It is not a munkar. It is a da'if hadith. It did not flunk. It passed the test. It received B- to a D-. So a B-, a B, a D+, a D-. All of these grades can be given. That is why there are 7 classification of a da'if hadith. There are 7 sub-categorization of a da'if hadith. Even the da'if hadith has 7 sub-classification. Yet all of those classifications proves that they are passing the test. They all pass the test.
The probability that he said it is far greater than the probability that he didn't say it. So it's...
Imagine that. The probability that Muhammad said the words in the da'if hadith is much higher than the probability that Muhammad did not say these words in the da'if hadith. That is something you need to learn. Let me rewind it again.
In other words, it's something that cannot be proven to not have been said by the Prophet. The probability that he said it is far greater than the probability that he didn't say it. So it's called a hadith da'if because the margin of error is greater than in a Hasan or a Sahih. So how did the ulama deal with that? The ulama dealt with it by saying that for fada'il al-a'mal, those actions that are virtuous, you could use a weak hadith if it was a virtuous action and it didn't relate to a hukm. In Aqidah, the opinion of the Ash'ari and the Maturidi is the hadith has to be mutawatir.
So what he is saying is, in a simple term, if there is a da'if hadith which does not talks about a shara on which you have to do something as a law, then it has to be used. So when we talk about Sa'd bin Abi Sarah and when we talk about the other things, we are not talking about shara. We are not saying that this person should be given 7 flogs or 10 flogs or 20 flogs. Flogging is a punishment that has to be given according to the law. So what he is saying, that you cannot create a law, because Shara is the law. Sharia, somebody says Sharia law. They are in a law land. It's called Islamic Sharia, which means Islamic law. Sharia by itself, the word Sharia means law. So what he said, that you cannot create a law on a Da'if hadith, but other than that, that is to be used, because it is not defunct, it is not debunked. And the weak hadith has a far more greater probability of it to be said by the Muhammad than not said by the Muhammad. Sister, what do you want to say?
So when we look at the tradition, one of the things we notice is main reason people are kind of grading these hadiths, forcing their view, is because they want their opinion to, they want to say like, this goes back to Muhammad, therefore we've got to go with this, therefore we've got to go to this. Like, you read from the Islamic tradition itself that talking about how people are burning the hadith, like very thing they did to the Quran, they did to the hadith as well. So as the time goes on, they just like, okay, we can, like, here's how we are going to grade that, all this. And even today, like, Muslim scholars simply disagrees with one another, right? Like Sahih Bukhari talks about how he got rid of 98% of what was he told, and then only put down just over 7,000 hadith. And he says there is no doubt in them, they are all like trustworthy. And you get to meet with people from the 21st century, and then they just like, oh no, that's not the case. Even hadith in Sahih is not Sahih at all. And I did a couple of years back, I did some teachings on like hadiths, and then I showed in one website that hadith is identified as Sahih. In another website, that hadith is identified as Da'if or Hasan. Or as the time goes on, the Sahih hadith becomes Da'if. And Adam just pointed out, actually, Sahih hadith is not there anymore. Like that, even that happens. Like these magical fingers just gets rid of the hadith. So even today, they don't agree it. And main reason, they're just kind of grading those things how they want, what they want to be implemented stuff. It's just very messed up system. And because like one of the things is we don't have the sources, right? So we don't have, people didn't write down things, like Quran wasn't put together soon after Muhammad died. We've got Quran, people are dying. Okay, we've got to compile the Quran, 20 years passed. Oh, we've got people are fighting about what is being compiled. Let's do it again. And then let's do it again. Let's get rid of what people are disagreeing, all those kind of things. So people did not put together actually what Muhammad said, how Muhammad lived his life in the time of eyewitnesses. Hundreds years passes. Someone comes from like a couple of 1,000 miles away to hear from people what they said, and then decides to write that down. So because we don't have the eyewitnesses writings, yeah, you needed those names to get authority of what probably Muhammad said and what probably Muhammad didn't say? Are the chains of narratives are also fake?
It is actually fake. Why? They were created and recreated. Let me tell you why. I'm not saying that these people were not there. Some of those people, the very end, the last three people that they show, they were not there. They were there because they have to pick up some real human beings of that time. But they were added into the hadiths. Why? Let's think about it. Go to their earliest source. They claim that the earlier source is Siratul Nabi by Ibn Ishaq. That's the earliest source. Read the whole Siratul Nabi by Ibn Ishaq. Do you see any chain of narrator there? None. Zero. Nada. Go to Tafsir, the history of At-Tabari. Do you see most of the things does not have chain of narrators? Some of them you might see certain 2 or 3 people and that's it. That's it. So when Bukhari came into being much later, and by the way, everything that is attributed to Bukhari, you don't even have it. So we don't know how much Bukhari actually wrote. So when you look into that, you will realize that he has like 7 or 8 people in the chain of narrations. How is he getting all of these chains? You can't. So in reality, there is nothing called chain of narration. The chain of narrators, the chains were attributed much later because people are saying, how do you know that? Probably. I'm just saying that. How do you know that? How do you know that? And that is why this thing came into being. It's a created thing. Yes, sister, you want to say something?
Let me just also point out, for example, in the account of Bukhari, right? Bukhari is being canonized in 1800s. Like, we are in 21st century. We are in like, how many? It's not like canonized in 9th century, 10th century, 11th century stuff. No, it's been canonized in 1800s.
Sister, 14th century. 18th century, the canonization is of Siratul Nabi by Ibn Ishaq. 14th, late 14th, early 15th century. Bukhari.
No, I would challenge that Bukhari has been canonized in 1300 years after Hijrah. But that's okay.
Sorry, 100 years after it? What do you mean by that?
1313 is the canonization of Sahih Bukhari Hadith.
1313.
Like that's 1800s.
Oh, you mean like in after Hijrah? Okay.
Yeah.
So I was speaking with Jay Smith, and he and his research put it back to 15th century.
We've got some manuscript stuff, but the canonization of the Bukhari, according to Muslims, is
not the manuscripts. You are talking about the actual canonization of the cover to cover thing. Okay.
Yeah, canonization of the Bukhari is. Let me get the dates to make sure. Like, yeah, that's how I remember. Let me just get the Bukhari.
So yeah, so when I was speaking with Jay Smith, he said 15th century based on the manuscripts which you with the Muslims have. And by the way, that makes sense a little as well, because 15th century is the time when the Shara of the Bukhari was written by what's the name of the writer of the Bukhari Shara? So it was written as well in the same time. So that makes sense to a little bit, that there was Bukhari. If there is no Bukhari, how can the Shara would be written? So it kind of makes sense that his Shara was written at that time as well. But 18th century is attributed to the Siratul Nabi by Ibn Ishaq, written by the German scholars by collecting the 7 early manuscripts dating from the 12th all the way to the 16th century, and they used some of the parts of those manuscripts and wrote down the Siratul Nabi by Ibn Ishaq. So yeah.
I'm just gonna get you the reference.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that what I say in what I have said in the past reconcile over here. So no accusation, but just wanted to make sure that we reconcile the words. Mr. Khan official, why don't you join in? What's the problem, my friend? What's the problem? Just join in. Let's talk. Or are you so scared like your Prophet Muhammad? If you're not scared, just join in.
Okay.
Like, listen. When we as humans speak, we might have different opinion, and we will reconcile those opinions. Like, Sister Hatun is my sister. Maybe she is right. Maybe she is wrong. I don't know. So we reconcile these things because we might not say something wrong, and then some Muslim has to correct us. So we correct each other, like when it needs to be corrected. Yes, sister.
So people are not happy that we disagree. We
Yeah,
disagree.
they are not happy.
Things.
By the way, sister, even if we disagreed between a 15th and the 18th century, like just 300 years, they have a problem far greater because Muhammad died in the 7th century. That they have to reconcile that time. But continue, please.
So this is the chart in Bukhari, okay? You get the book, it's in the intro. On the top, you've got Mr. Bukhari. It's like very disturbing. Like I remember taking those to the speakers corner and stuff. So it's very disturbing. So Bukhari, we don't have actually official Bukhari at all. We don't have official Bukhari at all. So we've got this guy, Mansur al-Bazdawi. I'm not even gonna like try to kind of pronounce those names. And then we've got second name here, we've got third person, and then we've got fourth person, right? So they all claim that they took something from Bukhari. This Mr. Muslim number 2 and Mr. Muslim number 3 has differences what they have taken from Bukhari. And this Mr. Muslim number 3, he died 240 years, 248 after Hijrah. So that's like 800s, late 800s. Here's the breakdown of that. Jafar, okay, sorry, let me just go to the chart. Sorry, let me just go to the chart. So you've got Bukhari, you've got 4 people are taking from Bukhari, and then you've got people are taking from these people. Something miracle happens. Something miracle happens. Mr. Muslim, you can see my mouse, right? Mr. Muslim number 3, Mr. Muslim number 2, Mr. Muslim number 1. Out of 4 Mr. Muslims, we have nothing from these people. Only tradition is talking about. Okay, like miracle thing happened. Not lost.
Say that again. Say that again. Say that again. Say that again.
Which part?
This last part that you have like thousands of manuscripts from all these 4 Mr. Muslims.
No. So, you've got Mr. Bukhari. 4 people are taking from Mr. Bukhari. Okay. 2 people, we know they are talking about it. One of them has 300 less hadith. Other one has 200 less hadith. And then 3 out of these 4 people's Bukhari's got like, Allah knows best where it is. We don't have anything from these 3 people. And then we've got someone who claims that he heard it, okay, twice, okay, from al-Bukhari when he was in Farbar, and then the second time he heard it when he was in Bukhara. So think about it. Today in Sahih Bukhari, you've got over 7,000 hadiths, right? Someone says, I heard this from Bukhari twice. Right,
What part? What part? What part?
Whole of Bukhari. Whole of Bukhari.
How can he hear all of this Bukhari, the 7,000 hadiths from Bukhari? How can he say that? How can he claim
They are
that?
clever, brother. They are clever. He heard it
Like,
twice.
what do you mean by they are clever?
He heard it twice, okay? So
No. I have a problem here. I can't
I-
accept this narrative. He heard what?
I don't care whether you have problem or not.
Okay.
So we lost 3 people, and then we've got only 1 person who says, I heard it twice from Bukhari, okay? Once in 862, others in 866. And then this guy has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people takes from him, okay? And then things happen. We don't have any of those people's writings. All these like names, they are good, beautiful names, right? We don't have anything from them. What we have is this guy. So let me put that in a kind of context. All those names. So Jafar heard it from Bukhari. Farbani 932 heard it from Jafar, Abu Jafar Muhammad ibn Abi Khatim, heard Jafar talking twice while Jafar was in Fabar in 862 and in Bukhara 866. It was too mixed up and too complicated that copies taken from it completely different from one another. And then you've got this guy, 996, wrote commentary to explain the narrations, knew only two people, Nafsi and Farbari. And then Yunini, 1302, 7th century after Hijrah. People were too consumed by the differences between Farbari's narrations, Al-Yunini, okay, that is prepared for today's text. All other narrations are being lost. Yunini's original was sent to Egypt from Istanbul to be published. It seems that publishing of the copy, 1895, 1313 after Hijrah, has been managed to keep in a good amount of that work. And we don't know what happened to the original text of Yunini either. There are some manuscripts dated from 1300s, but that doesn't give us whole of the Bukhari at all. And even like the 1313 Hijrah, that's at like almost 1900s. It is good amount of the work, not complete work at all. So you got the point, right?
Yeah, I got a point. But I have another thing.
Yunini's text is the closest we have to the standard text today. And date for it is 1890s.
Do you hear the sound of me munching on the chips now?
No.
No? Let me just do that again. Hold on. Can you hear the sound of me munching on the chips now?
One of the things will cause you to die if you are next to me, and if you are eating like that, probably you might not be alive for a long time.
That's why I'm too far out. But I'm gonna show you something now, and you guys have to trust on my translation. But anybody can go and verify that my translation is actually accurate. So let me show it to you. Sister, this is the guy whom that guy follows, who did the last discussion in Urdu with holes in the narrative. Okay, this is Gamadi. This guy is Gamadi. Remember I told you when we were running that video where holes in the narrative spoke with a guy and everybody was like, you are now bad and etc. This is this guy. This Gamadi is the teacher of that person. Okay.
Okay.
He created this new cult of Islam, or a new subsect of Islam. What is he going to say now is going to shock you. So listen very carefully. He said, the statement of the Ghar-e Hira that Muhammad receiving the first revelation in the Ghar-e Hira is a fictional story, nothing more than a fiction that was created. Okay.
And Yasir Qadhi give platform to his student. Amazing.
Yes, let's play that. He said that if you want to see how Muhammad received the first revelation, it is in Surah Najm, the same surah where Allah is talking about the Latul Zalmana.
और पूरे वाक्य की तरदीद कर दी। ये वाक्य कहता है कि हुजूर परेशान हो गए, घर तशरीफ लाए, ज़म्मिलूनी कहा, सैयदा खदीजा आपको वर्का बिन नौफल के पास ले गई। कुरान कहता है जिस वक्त
And then he said that this Surah Najm destroys the whole argument of Muhammad receiving the revelation in Ghar-e Hira, getting so scared, going to Khadija, saying Zambeluni means put something on me, put something on me.
Cover me.
Cover me. and Warqa bin Nawfal telling that this is the angel Jibreel and etc etc etc. He said that Surah Najm destroys this argument.
पहली वही हुई, ना पैगंबर के अंदर कोई तरद्दुद पैदा हुआ, ना कोई इस्तराब पैदा हुआ। मा कज़बल फ़ुआद मारा, अदना दर्जे में दिल में भी कोई खटक पैदा नहीं हुई।
He said that Surah Najm said that when Muhammad received the first revelation, by the way, he's lying. Surah Najm does not say the first revelation. Surah Najm came much later. He said that when Surah Najm came in, Surah Najm says that when the revelation comes to Muhammad, nothing happened to Muhammad. He was not scared. So he's creating a new tafsir, new interpretation of Surah Najm FYI. And
और आपने पहली वही को अक्स किया, फिर दूसरी बयान
and then Muhammad received the first wahi, and then Surah Najm talks about the second wahi.
करता है, वलक़द राहु नज़लतन उख़रा। जिस हस्ती का ये वाक़या बयान किया जाता है वो मोहम्मदुर रसूलुल्लाह है। आपकी
And he says that this Surah Najm is talking about Muhammad Rasulullah, and the first revelation and the second revelation, Muhammad did not get any issue whatsoever.
जिंदगी का सबसे बड़ा वाक़या ये आपने
This is the biggest story. No, not story. What is it called? Which is not story?
Narrative.
Yeah, narrative of Muhammad's life.
कभी बयान नहीं किया।
And then people do not beyan it. They never tell us. Nobody tells that. No tafsir writer tells us. That's what he's saying.
पूरा ज़ख़ीरा खाली है हदीस का इससे।
That the whole hadiths about Surah Najm has been eaten up by Muslims. They don't want to show that. They want to show that Muhammad received the first wahi in the Ghar Hira, the cave of Hira.
रसूलुल्लाह ने ये गारे हिरा का नाम भी कभी नहीं लिया। ये तो बहुत
Prophet Muhammad never take the name of Ghar Hira, the cave of Hira.
बात का अफसाना है जो सूफियों के ज़ेरे असर बना और इतना
This legendary story was created by the Sufis much later after Muhammad going into Ghar Hira, cave of Hira, and getting revelation.
मकबूल हो गया है कि अब ये बताना मुश्किल है, ये कुरान के बिल्कुल खिलाफ है अफसाना।
It became so famous now that it is against Quran, and this is so wrong. So this is the guy, sister, we were talking about, and that is why some of the Muslims were so angry on the holes in the narrative guy, that why are giving this guy a platform.
Well,
So like
Yasir Qadhi is someone who expressed in that video his freedom of speech is very important, right? So by default, you expect he is giving others their freedom of speech, right?
yeah, but that freedom of speech is destroying the actual narrative of Islam.
Okay, I know you are eating something and you are talking at the same time, brother. I hope that's not chips.
That is chips, fried chips, awesome chips.
Okay, since we are talking about hadith, I don't even know how we end up here, but let me remind something to people, if that's okay. Is that okay?
Mike is yours, sister. I'll just eat some more chips while you're talking.
Make sure if we ever meet together, brother, make sure you don't eat those chips next to me. You will be not alive for a long time. Listen to this one.
Think about it, right? So where are their names and whatnot? The fact of the matter is we barely have the names of even 4,000 to 5,000 Sahaba. And even those 4 to 5, it is a great stretch. And there are many attempts by our scholars to compile the names and biographies of the Sahaba. Many attempts, at least a dozen books have been written in our history to compile the names of all of the Sahaba. Ibn Abdul Barr has Al-Isti'ab fi Ma'rifat al-Ashab, and other books as well, Ust al-Ghaba as well, by Ibn al-Athir. But perhaps the most comprehensive book written to chronicle the names and biographies of the Sahaba is the famous book Al-Isaba fi Tamyiz al-Sahaba by none other than Ibn Hajar, the famous Ibn Hajar. Al-Isaba fi Tamyiz al-Sahaba. And this was
my
main sources for the Seerah, by the way. Every Seerah.
He just said Ibn Hajar. How does Ibn Hajar knows about the Sahaba when he is doing that in 15th century?
Brother.
CE.
Brother, didn't you hear? They had a big effort to put that together. They are working.
Yeah, but like I understand that they have been working about it.
There is nothing wrong to make things up. There is nothing somehow revelation comes long later information came to people attention long time later.
But okay, but like, my question is very simple. How does Ibn Hajar knows about it?
A class I will
So
always
Ibn Hajar came to know about this information when he read statements of certain people which are there in the ahadith book written by different people, upon which no verification has been done whether they are lying or making up these claims. Is that what you are telling me?
Brother, let Islamic tradition to speak for itself.
Stark said Adam logic is haram. Okay, I'll be quiet now. Logic is haram.
And when you let Islam to speak by itself, you are gonna see mess times mess times mess is equal, whatever that is, like treble mess.
I would see any stories from there that I could put into the Sirah. So Al-Isaba is the one of the most famous books of the names of the narrators of the names of the Sahaba. And in that book, we barely have 4,000 to 5,000 names of the Sahaba. And even these names, sometimes it's not even a name. It's like the one who was sent to this tribe. Maybe it's mentioned in a story, the Prophet sent somebody, or this happened, or that happened. So it's not even the full name, or it's just a kunya, Abu so-and-so, and we don't know anything else about him. So the bulk of this book really just has a name and maybe even one line, not even more than that. Therefore, the number of Sahaba who actually narrated from the Prophet ﷺ a hadith, so we're getting smaller and smaller. Imam Al-Hakim Mustadrak, the author of Mustadrak, he said around 4,000 Sahaba narrated from him. But the famous scholar Imam Al-Zahabi, the student of Ibn Taymiyyah, Imam Al-Zahabi said, no, this cannot be correct. Perhaps 2,000 or maybe even 1,500 narrated from him. Ibn Kathir, the famous Ibn Kathir that all of us know, he said that the most comprehensive book of hadith is by Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal. I mentioned it last 2 classes ago, the Musnad of Imam Ahmad. And despite the fact that Imam is the most authoritative scholar of his time, and he has the rank that he does, he has traveled so much, despite all of this, he has narrated from only 978 companions. And if you go look up other books beyond this, you will not find more than 200-300 other names. So the grand total is around 1,200 who narrated from him. And of those this is me, this is not Ibn Kathir. Of those 1,200, literally only 4 or 5 narrated the bulk of the traditions. Like only 4 or 5 Sahaba were the ones who excelled in narrating like 5,000, 4,000, 3,000, not 5,000, 3,000, 4,000 ahadith. Okay, Aisha and Jabir and Abu Huraira and Ibn Umar, Ibn Abbas, these were the ones who became like the lions of narrating the ahadith. The bulk of our religion really is preserved by less than maybe 15 Sahaba. Those are the ones who became proficient in narrating the ahadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the bottom line out of all of this, before we move on, is that perhaps 90 to 95% of the Sahaba, they are really not known to us. We don't even know maybe even their names.
The hadith, yeah, you are gonna see Mr. Muslim 1, Mr. Muhammad 1, Muhammad 2, Muhammad 3, Muhammad 4, Muhammad 5. Actually, we don't know anything about those Muhammads. They are just names. And all of the hadith comes to us from 4 to 5 people. Let me see if I've got chart here. I do have a chart.
How can I steal this from you?
I made a video about this.
No, how can I steal this video from you?
No, I've got.
Or rather
video.
the whole presentation.
Oh, just drop me email. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I need to steal this. So
don't steal.
This is the.
Ask it. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, this is how I steal things.
So
like
look at this one. Look at this one.
Okay.
So,
zoom in.
It needs to be bigger. I don't know how we end up in this topic. 60% of Sahih Bukhari comes from 4 individuals and 17 narrators provided 3% of the content. Okay. Aisha, that half-brain woman, gives us 1,250 hadith. That's 17%, over 17% of the Bukhari. Abu Huraira gives us almost 15% of Sahih Bukhari, 1,100 hadith. And the thing is, this Abu Huraira guy, he gives us over 1,000 hadith. He knew Muhammad only for 3 years. 3 years. Like, there are lots of dodgy things in these things. But
3
anyway,
years,
yeah.
more than 1,000 hadiths.
And then other
And-
time I could just heard things from Bukhari twice. We kind of got his copy because all other 17 people's copy got lost. See, like Islamic tradition is miracle by itself. Anyway, so
Send your video link in the live chat because people are asking on which you describe this whole PowerPoint presentation. Can you please share the link of that video to the people? Help the people out because they would love to see that. I would also love to see that as well. And I would definitely love to steal this presentation from you as well.
I wouldn't know. Let me
eat up the chips and say, sister, you need to know what video you did what.
I don't even know, like,
you need to know these things. You are not like Muhammad. You cannot forget.
I wouldn't remember.
So while sister is searching out, she asked twice, how did we come to this? Sorry.
All I am
You can search it.
all I am doing is I'm just looking at the thumbnails and I'm just like, those thumbnails doesn't even make that much sense to me. So, but yeah, you go ahead. How did we end up in here?
Yeah, you search, please. That's very important because a lot of people would love to hear this presentation. But at the end of the day, how have we come to this conclusion? Because of the change of the narrative, because somebody asked us the question that if you're doing all this, how did you come up with the chain of narrators? And that's the whole thing. They are all made up. Literally, they are all made up. That's the reality.
Let me share something else on the chain of. Okay, that's actually okay. I got distracted. I wasn't gonna.
Let me tell you, Sister Hadun. The video that you made on it is more important than you sharing something else, because I personally would want to hear this as well, other than Stark, who wants to do that, and a couple of other people who are working, and they would love to listen to this because this is very important.
How do you search titles on the YouTube? Like when you go to your YouTube channel?
Yeah, you go to youtube.com/dcciministries.com.
Yeah.
That is the link that you will say that, and then you will see a search sign, search bar right next to live and etc. Click on that and search the title, and you will be able to find it. Mr. Jack, are you a Muslim? Let me bring this guy up. Hold on. Mr. Jack, are you a Muslim?
No, I'm not, sir.
Okay. What do you follow, sir?
I don't. To be honest, I kind of follow my own free will. Excuse me?
Free will.
Nobody has free will, man. You follow the law of the land. If you don't follow the law of the land, you will be put in jail. You
I
don't follow the
disagree.
free will.
No, I don't know where you're from, but
So you can
know.
steal something and you will not be put in jail. You can kill somebody, you will not be put in jail. You will rape somebody and you will not be put in jail. You will drive on
I live with
110
free will and
kilometers per hour.
morality. I make
What is morality? Define
morality.
morality.
It's all that
How
is
does the
good.
what is good?
What is good
Hmm.
to the eyes of the maker. It was good to me is
No,
not
what
good
is
to
good?
you. That's why I live under my own free will of what's good.
No, that you cannot have. So you have your own rules of what is good, right?
That's what free will is.
No,
All
that's
free
not
wills
free
are not
will.
the same.
No, that doesn't. So free will and what is good are two different things.
Hey, listen here, Mr. Adam. Listen,
Yes, sir.
I'm not coming in
Yes.
here stomping on your stuff. I'm just saying it's a different way of perspective and looking at it.
So I'm talking about the perspective, and we are talking about it. So if you are so scared of talking about the perspective, then there is no point having a discussion.
Who said I'm scared?
Then
I'm
why
on
are
the
you
phone
saying
with you.
this? I'm
I'm on the
talking
phone
about
with
it.
you. Answering your question. You
So
silly Adam.
may I
Jesus.
see now you are
Buddy, you're
accusing
being
me, right?
confined by the constraints of society. I can tell.
So now you
Live, man.
personally
Take a
attacked
deep
me, right?
breath.
Did I personally attack
Take a
you?
deep breath, my friend. Come
Did I
on.
personally attack you?
Who
Did I say
said you
something about
attacked me?
you?
I didn't say you attacked me.
Then
You
why did you
freaking
personally
weirdo.
attack me? Now again you use
You
the F word. So let me put you in the backstage. So first you personally attacked me, which was wrong, and I was having a very nice discussion with you. Then you again used an F word and personal attacked me. I don't know which part of the world you actually live in, but if your free will is about using abusive words and attacking me personally, then there is no point having a discussion, because that is what shows that your free will is not free will. Your free will ends where it enters into me being personally attacked by you. So my free will here is that I can put you in the backstage where I can say that I have the free will not to speak with you if you're going to act like an animal. Okay? So I hope you can drink some glass of water and then come up and have a reasonable discussion like a reasonable human being. Do you comprehend it? If you do, let me bring you up. And I hope you will not be using any abusive language now on. Make sense, Mr. Jack? Yes.
well, Adam, sorry. I didn't know I couldn't say that word, so that's on me. I do respect that. So apologies about that.
Thank you so very much. So going back to our discussion, sir.
Yes.
So I was saying your free will has nothing to do with what is good or bad, because just like what you portrayed here, good or bad is obviously uh, dependent on different people's perspective. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, no, that's fair. And could I give an example?
Yes, please. No
So,
worries.
example of free will. That's not my accent, you little cunt fucker. I got you.
What happened? How did he go away? He was about to give me an example.
I think he dropped or something.
I don't know. Mr. Whoever you are, Jack, sorry. I think you dropped yourself, so you can come back. Sorry, sister. You shared the link, I think.
I did share the link and I pinned the link.
No, don't pin the link. Guys, she shared the link.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
So
sorry. This link. I thought you were talking about call-in live stream link. Yeah, this is the video.
this is the video, guys.
Might be beneficial. There are a couple of others. I think, I don't know. This thumbnail like says 95%.
So guys, you got the link and everything. And Mr. Jack abused and ran away. And then thank you for letting me know, because I was thinking about his example, but his example was an abuse. Thank you. So imagine these so-called quotes and quotes atheists cannot even have a reasonable talk. See, they can't even have a reasonable discussion, reasonable talk. So he swore on me and ran away. Okay. Yeah, this proves them. Like, imagine, man. I was speaking, he abused 3 times. Then I put him on a backstage. He came up and started to show a reasonable human being. But then again, he wasn't. He was deceiving like Allah. These people are so like I say a lot of times that some of the people leave Islam, but they are yet in Islam mentally. Atheism, agnosticism is a middle ground. I understand. Agnosticism is a middle ground where you search different ideologies and finally accept some. But atheism is a classic example of Islam. Classic example. Atheism. Nothing more, nothing less. They are anti-God, just like Islam is anti-God. And you would say, hey, Adam, why would you say that? Yes, Islam is anti God. Islam has no idea what God is. That's the reality of it. Islam is anti God. And so is these atheists. He abused and then ran away because he's like, oh, I should run away before Adam could say something bad. That's what it is. That's what they are. Anyhow, no worries. Sister, coming back to our some point, I wanna make you listen to something very important. Okay? Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
And then you have to vote. But when you vote, make sure. No, you have to listen. Yeah, like remove. Hello, move your hands away from your ears. You have to listen. Okay. So there are two different surahs that we are going to recite. And then you have to tell us which surah is best in recitation. Okay? All right.
العالمين الرحمن الرحيم ملك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين الصراط المستقيم A B C D F G I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z.
All right. What do you think?
I think I'm gonna go with number 2.
The surah Ingreji?
Whatever that surah is, I like that surah.
See, anybody can sound like that. Anything can sound like that. This is
So-
how simple it is.
Let me point out something, since I don't even know how we end up in this here. But so when you look at the Islamic tradition, so do you remember what is Surah 2 verse 1 is about?
Alif Lam Mim.
I don't know. I think someone was like saying, "Oh, I need help." Is that one?
Something like that.
Let's do verse 2.
ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That was a tough one.
Yeah. So I'll do in English. I'll do in English for the people who have not committed suicide because of Adam's voice. Full attention. So Surah 2 verse 1 and 2. Alif Lam Mim. Of course, these three things Allah knows best, knows what it means. Now, verse 2. This is the book about which there is no doubt.
No, that is the book about which there is no doubt. Zalika means that. Haza means this.
Stop being racist, Adam.
No, like Haza means this. Zalika means that. You can't do that.
Respect the word of Allah right now.
I am respecting the translators.
I'm going to point out something.
Okay.
This is the book which sorry, this is the book about which there is no doubt, a guidance for those conscious of Allah. So this is in Sahih International Translation, okay, right now. So when you look at the Islamic tradition, you get to here there is this guy called Hamza bin al-Zayat, okay. So he wrote this as, this is the scripture whereof there is no oil. So this is the book which there is no doubt is in today's Quran, but Hamza bin Ali al-Zayat's Quran was, this is book which there is no oil. Which one
Why
do
are
you
we talking about the oil?
Because that's how the guy wrote it down.
Like, what is the oil for? Like frying a KFC or what?
Frying mouses.
Oh,
Since you are eating chips, it might be good alongside of your chips, brother.
no, the chips, I get them fried in a pack. So I've done eating those chips. But how does the oil come into being?
So because the word doubt, the way Arabic is written, so this
La
guy,
raiba fi?
this guy had that word as oil, like because of the letters in Arabic. So
Mashallah.
doubt has like no dots, and then without that, it's like oil. So
Subhanallah.
this is the way early Muslims are trying to figure out or writing down their own scripture, right? So which
So basically, raib, ra ya be
Zaitin
was
or-
converted into zayate.
Yeah.
So whoever saw this, he changed, instead of ra, he put a dot on top of it that became a za. Yas remained the same, and instead of a ba, it became a ta. So it became, instead of la raiba fi, it became a la zayyati. So la zayti fi, which is la no oil. So that is like awesome because the early Quran doesn't have dots. So I understand that.
So Dr. Shadi Nasser talks about this, how like, and then this guy's nickname become like Al Zayat because of it. Anyway, yeah, I just thought I'll bring that to people's attention too, since we are talking about lots of different topics.
And by the way, Jack came in, put some private chats about abusing again, and ran away again. Like,
He says hello, and then he left.
no, go up. Read four comments.
Oh,
Like he put he's
I can't say. Anyway, okay.
yeah, you see.
Okay,
so that's what these idiots are. Like, seriously speaking, it's unbelievable.
Well, I guess that's the freedom he believes he has, and we want people to practice their freedom, and some of those people's freedom is dangerous. So let me just bring to people's attention, because I've got like something I need to do before I go into the different live stream very soon. I've got live, you know, Adam.
Yeah, live.
I do have.
I don't have one.
I do have life. I breathe out and breathe in. You can't do that because you spend your time to eat chips.
So somebody needs to see this, and then you can say whatever. In Poland, there is a guy.
In Poland?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who thought that reciting the Quran can convert the person to being a Muslim, and that's what he did on stage. So what I need you guys to is to read the subtitles, because this video is in that language. So you have to read the subtitles.
If it's from Poland, they speak Polish.
I think so.
Okay. I don't think this is.
قل له أنا هل يفهم العربية أو الفارسية أو يقدر يفرق؟
Est-ce que tu comprends les langues étrangères telles que l'arabe, le perse ou autre?
ما يقدر يفرق، يعني لو أتكلم مع عربي أو أردو أو فارسي ما يقدر يفرق.
C'est-à-dire que si là maintenant le cheikh parle avec toi en ourdou, en perse ou en arabe, tu peux pas faire la différence. لا يفرق.
طيب قل له أنا سأعطيه جملتين أريده أن يحاول يكتشف الفرق بينهما.
Là, il va prononcer deux phrases et il veut que tu vois est-ce qu'il y a, ou plutôt tu lui fais ressentir ce que ces phrases ont fait sur toi. D'accord? Donc tu vas essayer de lui dire quelle est la différence entre ces deux phrases que tu ne comprends bien sûr absolument pas.
طيب اسمع الكلام الأول. ذكر رحمة ربك عبده زكريا إذ نادى ربه نداء خفيا قال رب إني وهن العظم مني واشتعل الرأس شيبا ولم أكن بدعائك رب شقيا وإني خفت الموالي من ورائي وكانت امرأتي عاقرا فهب لي من لدنك وليا يرثني ويرث من آل يعقوب واجعله رب رضيا. هذه الجملة الأولى قل له.
Ça c'est donc la première phrase.
طيب ياخذ الجملة الثانية.
Là maintenant, il va prononcer la deuxième phrase. Essaye de dire est-ce qu'il y a une différence entre les deux.
نحن اجتمعنا في هذا المكان ثم جلسنا في هذا الزمان ثم التقينا معك وجلسنا معك وأنسنا لما لقيناك ثم سوف بعد ذلك نفارقك لكننا سوف ندعو كثيرا لك. طيب هذه الجملة الثانية.
Ça c'est la deuxième phrase.
قل له هل شعر بفرق بين الكلامين؟
Est-ce que tu as ressenti une différence entre les deux phrases? Est-ce qu'il y en a une parmi les deux qui a peut-être touché ton cœur?
La deuxième.
La deuxième, الجملة الثانية.
ارتاح إليها. طيب لماذا؟
Pourquoi?
Je sais pas, ça, j'ai ressenti pour la deuxième.
It is French apparently, Adam. And Poland French is not their language. Probably this is somewhere in France. And Poland,
Okay, very close.
actually, they're not close. They are different part of the Europe. But Poland is also has very less Muslim population there. But anyway, so it's French. So which one do you like? Which one sound is better? And then guys goes with like Arabic song.
No, he said like which one touches your heart the most?
Yeah.
Like that's the one.
Yeah, which one touches your heart? The music one. Arabic song.
Une parmi les deux qui a peut-être touché ton cœur.
He said my heart. Yeah, the second.
Where is the rest of the video? What happens? I love to hear what happens
No,
next.
that's it. Like the whole idea was that they think that Quranic poetry is so good.
Yeah.
That you, as soon as somebody hears it, he accepts Islam and it touches the heart. It's not like that. It's just a freaking poetry. And as we can see here, there is the poetry of the Quran and there's poetry of somebody, some human being. And it is like the guy actually liked the poetry of a human being. This is what it is. That's the reality. And why is it you need to cross Germany to go into Poland? So it's close by, man. Germany is a small town. It's like very tiny.
Hold on a minute. Germany is big country.
It's a small town.
Germany is not town, brother. It's a big country. I've been to Europe. Okay, let's not talk
In
about
the
that.
map, Germany is so small. It's tiny, like a small town.
Brother, did you look at it before you eat chips or after you eat chips?
Like compare it with Canada. Tell me,
Why are you comparing that to Canada?
because that's a big country.
Compare that to UK. Compare that to Budapest.
Like, UK is a small.
Montenegro.
Germany map over Canada map.
I'll tell you something. Should we trust someone who says Germany is town when he shares us with information from Islam? Should we trust him?
Yeah.
No, not yeah. No. Anyways, so
Let me show it to you. Let me show it to you. Look. This is the comparison of Germany versus Canada. Okay.
why are you comparing Germany to Canada?
You'll see the difference. So this small green dot here in the middle one is Germany. This whole orange thing is Canada. So it's like a town of Canada.
Montenegro.
To what?
Montenegro.
I don't even know if that is a country. Can you give me a
The
country name?
country it's over there.
What
That's a-
about France? France. France.
compare Germany to France.
Okay, France. Where is France? This is Germany, and this whole thing is France, I think.
No, brother.
No? I don't
No.
know. It didn't even compare it with France. So it can compare it
Because
with
you're
USA. Okay,
Europe.
USA map over Canada. Not Canada, Germany. Germany map.
Brother, all you
It's
need
so
to
small. Imagine. It's like
all
Washington,
you-
D.C., and this is Germany. So
brother,
small.
brother, all you need to say is Germany is not a town. That's all you need to say. That's all. It like you
Okay,
don't really need
I respect my sister Khatun. Germany is not a town. It's a country which is equal to a town.
so France has very big Muslim population and almost fallen. If it's not there yet, it's almost fallen. Poland, on the other side, has very little Muslim population, and you would feel much safer in Poland. It's beautiful country. Just don't go there during the winter. But yeah.
Because you'll freeze to death.
It's like it's cold, but it's also so beautiful, like mountains. Krakow is so pretty. And if you are in Poland, you get good opportunities to preach the gospel to the heretics. So anyway, so the clip we watched is from France, where we are hearing which one touches your heart. I'm gonna give you Surah 19, which he especially went with Surah 19. Why do you think he went with Surah 19? Because in Surah 19, person can recognize the names, right? Mary, Zechariah, John. Person can recognize the name. So you just, oh yeah, I know this person. I'm gonna go with this. Verses in other song, even though you don't know what he's saying, person's like, oh, I like the second one. That touched my heart better. That's like beautiful clip.
Yep. That is so true. By the way, whoever was saying is right. Germany is in the middle of Poland and France. Yeah.
That huge country, Germany.
The country which is equal to a town of Canada is in between Poland and France. Like the whole Europe is such a small country. Check this out. So this is France, the purple thing. This is Germany, the red thing, and right next to Germany is Poland. So Poland and France is separated by Germany in the middle.
Yeah, it's just like you take your evening walk. You know, I just passed through Germany to go to France.
Yeah, like if you are in Poland and a dog runs behind you and you're trying to escape the dog, you'll end up in Poland.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how small it is. Like you'll run through it.
Of course, depend which part of Poland you are, right?
Yeah, you might be in the northeastern part.
Anyway, so people got the point.
Yep, I understand. Somebody said it is not as small as it looks like.
It's actually huge. But
come on, sister.
Brother.
If you say so. Okay, if you say so. Okay, let me ask you something. Have you ever been to US? No, you have been to US, right?
I've been to US, yes.
Okay. So imagine if like I did a map over US earlier. So there you go. So it is not, the whole Germany is not even equal to a state of America, let alone Canada. Canada is very big. So it's not, so if you're going from one state to another in America, if you're going from one state to another, I think over here should be Kentucky. If you're going from Kentucky to Missouri, you'll just pass through it. It's like so small, so tiny.
I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
In Germany, you've got awesome history. In Germany, you've got very, very good public transport that you are not depend on people. In Germany, you've got amazing Muslim population who is desperate to hear the gospel of Lord Jesus Christ. And in Germany, you've got no freedom of speech. It's very much challenged.
What? Germany doesn't have freedom of speech?
It's very, it's like kind of, they do have, but you've got like lots of rules and regulations around the freedom of speech. Like what can be said.
Ah.
So it's like, it's very similar to UK.
There you go. It's similar to Pakistan as well. Pakistan has no freedom of speech, and Germany fits inside the Pakistan very easily. See,
Actually,
Pakistan is a bigger country than Germany. Imagine that.
One of my video got banned in Germany for the freedom of speech thing. Like, it wasn't kind of meeting with their community guideline or something. I remember that. Anyway, so let's just like point, like we didn't need to go to this, Adam. All you needed to do is Germany is not town. That's it.
No, I agree. Germany is not town. It's a country equal to a town. Okay, I'll give you a city. Okay, I'll give you a city. Forget town, forget village. I'll give you a city. Okay, is that good?
Brother, it is not that difficult to say.
It's smaller than a Pakistan. Look at it on the maps. Like, this is Pakistan.
Oh, it is a huge country.
And this part of the Pakistan has been eaten up by India.
Like of God needs to hear the gospel. That's all you look at it.
Okay, all right. There you go.
And side information for not everyone, just for one person. I'm not gonna name that person. Side information: Poland and France are two different countries. Okay, in Poland, people speak Polish. In France, people speak French and Arabic. Okay, just you know who you are. I'm not gonna name the person who I wanted to point it out, but they are two different countries. They speak two different language.
All right, I understand. For me, they are the same, but that's fine. When French people speak French and the Polish people speak Polish, for me, they are speaking the same language because I can't differentiate between the two. Right? Just like I can't differentiate between Chinese and Japanese. No, I can. The Japanese have a far more longer tones in the end instead of Chinese. So yeah, I can sometimes.
I guess the lesson is don't ever travel with Adam.
Do you differentiate between Urdu and Hindi?
I know they need Jesus. That's all.
No. Can you differentiate the language when somebody is speaking?
No, I wouldn't.
See, that's the thing. So you wouldn't even know whether he's from Pakistan or India.
Yeah, but so couple of years ago, I knew someone who was from Canada. And then when I was introducing her to my friends, I said she's from America. In my mind, like Canada and America are the same thing, right? They are like, oh my God, that was like very, very painful. So
no, forget that. People who wants to go to Australia, they go to Austria and think they are in Australia. So it happened. Like Pakistan, people wanted to go to Australia. They have Australian visa, and when they were typing in getting the destination, they were like Austria, and they went into Austria, and they're like, you don't even have an Australian visa. They no, look, I have a visa, Australian visa. Come on, they're like, that's Australia, not Austria. So
that happens with Romania and Hungary as well when they go to those places. Anyway, so you got the point, right? So Mansour is challenging people to produce something like this. And then Adam brought up to our attention from the Islamic traditions that early Muslims, even in the time of Muhammad, produce something like that. And they become ex-Muslims, and there are occasions some of them become Christians. there is danger. There is danger when someone produces something like that. Are you there, Mr. Adam, or are you still googling?
No, I thought you were talking. I was giving you time to talk.
That was it. I just wanted to bring that, like, make sure we know what was the topic, you know. So, like, last thing you need is end up in a video is that people are saying Adam doesn't even know geography. That, like, just be so bad. So I just wanted to draw people's attention actually what we were originally talking, because I'm a very nice person.
No, I'll prove it to you that I am not the only one. Let's look this. So I understand, but I'm from Pakistan. Okay, this is something like, read it. There is a special signboard in Austria's main airport. It says, sorry, this is something. Austria, instead of going to Australia, people who end up in Austria, they have a special desk where every day so many cases are handled who end up by mistake in Austria instead of Australia. So they have a special desk. So when you end up in Austria instead of Australia, you can go to this desk and get yourself fixed. That's what it is. Like it's not just me who has an issue with the geography. People end up buying a wrong plane ticket, end up going to a wrong country. Like, that's just not me. Let me show you this whole signboard. This whole signboard in Austria, that there is a separate segment. People land to that airport and then they find out they are not in Australia. Sorry, this is Austria, not Australia. Need help? Please press the button. Command provides security and communication from Salisbury to the rest of the world. Even see, they have special desk system to help people who end up in Austria instead of Australia.
So one of the thing is, all we needed to do, Adam, instead of like you digging more grave for yourself, all we needed to do, just move on from the topic. So now you are making me to challenge not only your brain, but others, right? So Australia, you need a visa. And when you apply for visa, you need to produce your documents. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? Okay.
For Pakistani, Austria needs visa as well, and Australia needs visa as well. For Pakistani, it's the same.
Yeah. So like you are Googling thing, right? Okay, I'm gonna stay in this hotel. I'm gonna stay with this relative. They are gonna send me invitation. All these kind of things. Like even when you are, it's not only like people are making mistake, but even like when you are applying for visa, the people who are in the visa office, they are gonna step your visa thing. Like probably they are not even looking at things that if they are turning up to these places like that, it just shows messed up. But so all we are pointing out is when Allah challenges. See, I'm like trying to make sure you look good, Adam. Okay, all we are trying to point out,
you can compare me with Allah. I'll always come out good. So yeah, do it.
All we are trying to point out is when Allah challenges non-Muslims to produce something like that, it is not that difficult to do it. And the moment someone produces something even better than that, we talked about genies and the individuals, people walk out of Islam, and it's a good thing. Okay, we moved on from Australia, Adam.
Awesome. Let's just remove this Australia thing out of the way. All right, we have somebody in the backstage. Would you like me to get him up? Oh, we are way beyond our time.
I know. I told you that before.
I just realized that. Okay, so you have to go somewhere, right?
I've got to do something.
All right, just 2 minutes. All right, Mr. Samuel, we have a very short time. I didn't realize that we are way over our time. So whatever you have to say it a little fast, my friend.
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just came, by the way, supporter, not a Christian atheist, but I came up just about the geography discussion. I think it's kind of funny, but look, you're right. You're right that yes, people do mistake countries for each other, like Austria, Australia. That happens. Also, Switzerland and Sweden. I don't know if you saw this old movie, Dumb and Dumber, where he says where you're from, and she says Austria. And he's like, Austria, a good day, mate. Like what's his name? Jim Carrey. He's making that joke. So yes, it happens. But Adam Seeker, no offense, but geography lessons, just if you're interested, you should look them up. That's all.
No, I fully understand. My geography of European countries is really, really bad. I never had a Schengen visa, so I don't know.
No. I mean, you don't need to have a visa. You can just,
Google it.
Yeah, exactly.
Why should I spend my time on Googling this?
You spend your time to Google that, and then even you ask that Sheikh Google put the Germany in USA map. You had time for that? No, you did.
Because Germany is so small. I've been to Germany when Germany was not part of Schengen thing. It was like a standalone country where you have to get a Germany visa. So
what you can do
it's
is go on Google Earth. I think there's like a setting where you can show countries of the world and compare sizes that way.
Why?
You'll see that
Why does he need to do that?
because the 2D print of the map, like the sizes are distorted. Yes, of course, America and Canada are bigger than Germany.
No, brother or not brother. I don't know where you stand, but so here's the thing, sir. Here's the thing. He doesn't need to go and then go to the Google Earth and then check things out. He needs to know that's a different country. That country is not a town. It's a different country. They've got their national flag. They've got their president or prime minister. They've got their own language. They've got their own customs, and they are desperately in need of Jesus. He doesn't need to go to the Google Earth and then compare them with the Pakistan, with the Canada. He doesn't need that.
All right.
Don't encourage him. Don't encourage him.
All right. Well, the information is out there. That's all. You guys have a nice day.
Can you share the link? Adam will probably need it for the future.
Like Google Earth, I know the link. That's Google Earth, I know that. So thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. God bless you. And
take care.
We are gonna end the stream now.
Yes.
So thanks a lot.
Have a good one. Bye.
Take care, my friend. Take care. Thank you. And thank you, everyone. We have some super chats to say thanks to. Guliler said, "What is that? That's a big English word. I don't know how to pronounce it."
That's not English, Adam, because that's the reason.
Oh, it is Entschuldigung. Aber FYI.
Dutch.
Dutch Schond. Inst über alles vergessen.
Germans and Dutch are not friends. Or Dutch is not a city. Dutch is not a town or something, but it's like clearly something to publicly humiliate you, whatever it is, Adam.
Okay, so thank you, Guliler, but I tried to read it. So Sister Hatun knows better.
I don't know better.
I agree.
German.
Guliler said, as rain falls, can you feel? Face against the cloud. Can you feel? Beautiful, truly, and beyond fleeting moments. Truly, can you hold on? What's your call?
I apologize.
Mind and its chatter. Get help, sacrifice, and feel the rain. I was why beyond you. So it seems like he is trying to create a poetry in English to compare the Quran. So thank you, Mr. Guliler, because that is when he actually said that. You wanted to bring something up, sister?
Yes. So, excuse me, by FYE, Germany is overall, don't forget.
What?
That's
FYI, Germany is overall. Overall what?
That's like German message for you. That was translation of that message.
Excuse me, by FYI, Germany is overall, don't forget.
So you
Oh, the translation.
you hurted someone's feelings when you said Germany is a town.
Ah, okay. Yeah, German products are good. They make good products. All right. I understand. Thank you so very much. All right. So, Blackpink, thank you so very much. We shouldn't debate with monkeys as we are evolved. Oh, monkeys. I understand. Blackpink said Mansoor didn't allow others to speak and anyway. Yeah, that's what I wanted to show in the end, but we started talking about other things. So sorry about that. Yeah.
Adam, he needed geography lesson.
Yeah, last 6 minutes of the video, if you watch, Mansoor was trying to just speak. He wasn't letting anybody talk because he knew he was cornered and he has no evidence. So that's what Mansoor is all about. Like said, I dropped it or it fell out of my hand. Same thing. In Urdu, you don't say that it fell out of my hand. You say the glass dropped. That's what it is. It never says I dropped my glass. Urdu, मेरा glass गिर गया. You never say मैंने अपना glass गिरा दिया. Never. It's like, come on, man, just Urdu. मैंने अपना glass गिरा दिया. You will never say this sentence in Urdu. Never. You will always say, oh, मेरा glass गिर गया. Oh, glass गिर गया. You never take responsibility in Urdu language. That's what Urdu language is all about. But thank you so very much, everyone.
Let's just correct something. So, excuse me, but for your information, Germany is overall. Don't forget. So, it is not by but. So, feel corrected that.
Oh.
Thank you. So, while I don't need to name the person knows who I'm talking to. Talking about while people maybe in the past in their mother language learn to not take any responsibility for things, and when they are new creation in Christ, we take responsibility for things. It's not my fingers does it. It is I did it. That's just like whoever is seeking for that message. So I don't like, it's probably to someone, but I don't need to name that somebody.
Yeah, definitely. Don't name that somebody, okay? Don't name. Because even if somebody accept Christ, they cannot change the rules of the language of Urdu. So, language of Urdu remains the same. That's a language. See, imagine the guys. This is what I have to deal with. This is what I have to deal with. Imagine that. Like Sister Hatun wants me to change the rules, language of the rules. How can I do that?
I didn't ask you to change the rule of the language. I just simply asked you to take the responsibility for your fingers, brother.
In my language, there is no responsibility of the actor.
They shouldn't be sticky. You need to wash them after you eat the biryani with your fingers.
I don't eat biryani with my fingers. I eat biryani with spoon and fork.
Then, yeah, you changed that, right? You were using your fingers before. Now you use normal human beings. You can take responsibility. Like, it wasn't my fingers. I just did typo. It's okay, brother. It's okay. God still loves you very much.
Oh, man. Let me show you. Look, you don't understand that. This is also proven fact, sister. Proven fact that Quran, so Muhammad receives revelation like ringing of the bells. You don't know that, right?
I do know that. That's very basic Islamic tradition.
Ah, very basic. Okay, then that's fine.
It is not his fault, though. Like, that's how Allah kadered him, right?
And by the way, that's the very difficult one to interpret, right?
Probably.
That's what he said. It was very difficult to interpret. But that's what Islam is all about. So, guys, we will be doing live stream at this time always now, from now on until we change it. Please tell this to your friends and families and everything. Today was a different live stream. Probably somebody said, please speak about God Logic and Ali Dawa, the discussion. Oh, God Logic just demolished that Ali Dawa like completely in that discussion. I don't know. Dawa Genghis have nothing else to stand on right now. They are just so crazily destroyed and demolished. They need to create some new Dawa Genghis right now and some new ideology. What do you think, sister, about that? And then we'll end the stream.
I think they are not being kept accountable for the very basic arguments or for Islam. So Dawa gangs forget the very basic arguments and have to make case, and they are just falling, and it doesn't make Islam look all right at all. So, but yeah, Islam doesn't. This is what Islam offers. We just go for it.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for being here, for watching, and understand Islam is false. Allah is a fake God. Come to the true saving and the true knowledge. Today's live stream was a very light-headed live stream. We enjoyed, we had fun, we had a chit chat. You might not see that on this channel frequently. Most of the times we are very, very focused on everything. But I don't know why today we went into so many other things. So, but sometimes need to be light-headed as well.
It's
So
not my fault if you didn't know Germany is a country, Adam.
I know it's a country. It's just so small. I can't consider it a country. That's the whole idea. So once again, I know Germany is a country.
Okay, like Poland speak different language than France, right?
For me, the looks sound similar.
Yeah, you learned lots from Mohammed. Sound is similar, therefore Mohammed
But
is.
do you know about Malta?
Yes.
This is like a very small island.
Yeah, it's beautiful island.
I just found out. I was talking about it. I was listening about it the day before yesterday. That every February on the 10th they have a national holiday.
And
that national holiday is on the account of when Paul was going to Rome. It's in Acts of Apostle. He was going to Rome. On the way to Rome, his ship crashed.
Yeah.
In Malta.
Yeah, you can do like whole tour there.
And he preached to the people over there, and they accepted Christ. And that is where when he crashed, a snake bit him. So he has to stay there for a little longer. And while he was there, he preached the gospel, and all of those people accepted Christ. And since then, from the last 2000 years, on every February the 10th, they have a national holiday in Malta because of that.
It is actually like if if anyone ever does trip with the Pulse journey, it like the places are so beautiful. It helps you to put biblical tradition into the locations, and then it stucks in your mind amazingly stuff. I think it's something very beneficial. Yeah, I didn't know 10th of February is national holiday, or that was the reason stuff. But island itself is beautiful, and yeah, it has amazing links with the scripture.
Yeah, that is called the Shipwreck Day.
Yeah.
And let me show it to you. It's a public holiday because I found out and then I googled it. So I'm googling it again. Paul National Holiday in Malta. It's called a Shipwreck Day. So Paul's ship got wrecked. So it's called the Feast of Saint Paul Shipwreck. Every February on the 10th, it's a national holiday. It's a national public holiday in the honor of Apostle Paul, whose ship got wrecked, and he went in there and he preached the gospel. And that is just so beautiful. I had no idea about it. I had no idea about it. That, like, people say, who's Paul, who's this? Like, you have the whole countries who's celebrating the day. And the Muslims are saying, oh, this and that and etc. And the atheists are coming up and saying, who is Paul? Who is John? Dude, there are countries who are celebrating this for 2,000 years. Imagine that. It's like their national celebration day of every year. Unbelievable. Yeah, Europe has a lot of history for sure. So with that being said, sister, last comments before I.
I'm already very much late, 59 minutes.
All right.
Officially an hour, but I need to comment on something after you acknowledge this super chat.
All right, I use my fingers in devouring pork ribs and nothing else does. Ooh, I love pork ribs. Take care. God bless.
So let me just put this comment up. To those of you who are in England, probably last few days you are seeing about news on Henry Novak, and yesterday, last night, or early this morning, police published a little bit of police recording stuff. It is, I don't even know what is the other word, but it is awful. I don't know, Adam, if you've seen this. So 18 years old boy is being murdered by a Sikh guy, and with their like ceremony knife. He was stabbed 5 times, and it's like whole story is like literally very sad, very sad. And the guy who stabbed him, his brother called the police, and then told the police that there is this white racist guy towards us. We hold it stuff, and then police comes and then this guy who stabbed him, his father is holding this 18 years old boy who is being stabbed 5 times, and one of them on his face. And guy is saying, father is saying, he can't stand up, so if I leave him, he's gonna fall, so therefore I am holding him up. So this guy is being bleeding, right? He's being stabbed 5 times. He's been bleeding. And what police does is police put handcuff on him while he's on the floor.
The bleeding guy who has been stabbed 5 times.
5 times. And
are these idiots? Like, what kind of a police is it?
And individuals who are saying this white guy was racist, this 18 years old boy was racist. They are not even, and then this guy, the guy who is being stabbed, says, I got stabbed. I got stabbed. I got stabbed. And then police simply makes the mockery of it. No checking at all. And then they're asking if anyone else is being hurt. And then the guy who stabs the guy, the Sikh guy who stabbed Henry says, oh yeah, I got hurt my eye. Like there is nothing in his eye, but apparently he got hurt in his eye. And then Henry says, I got stabbed. And then this guy, people say, no, he's not being stabbed. And then one of the lady, police officer finally says, well, I know, but we need to check. So they don't even trust the boy who is being stabbed 5 times. By the time, and then boy says, I can't breathe 9 times. And then they are handcuffing him. They are telling him he's under arrest, those are your rights, all that blah, blah, blah. And then finally, boy becomes unconscious. He's on the floor. And then after that, police kind of thinks, oh yeah, he's drunk, he's gonna throw up, he's racist. They are even making fun of it. And it's like very, very disgusting video.
So what about the blood? Can't the policemen see the blood on his clothes?
Well,
are they blind or Muslims?
So the body camera that police published, officers are being blurred. So I don't know, but you can see police is so brainwashed. They just watched this 18-year-old boy to die in front of them. I think it's over 40 or 50 minutes after police arrived, the boy announced as dead. And somehow they were able to put together a report that says, well, if there was an ambulance came earlier, he would still die stuff. I don't know how they were able to do that. The video, the clip I saw, their face was blurred. So, but overall, it is human heart is so far from the Lord, is willing to watch 18-year-old boy to bleed to death. I don't have very high view of British police, and I haven't experienced any of their not biased approach stuff, but watching almost 3 minutes video, and somehow like video just cuts after like lady officer calls the ambulance and then says there is this boy got beaten, can you send ambulance? They're not even saying like the boy is being stabbed. It is shows how human heart is so far from the Lord that they are willing to let 18-year-old boy to die in front of them from the just bleeding. Like the boys, like his final words are like, I can't breathe. And police do nothing about it. The guy who murdered him, apparently he was not even put in handcuffs when he was taken to the police station. So simply they lied about what happened, and police, yeah, this boy is racist, and they didn't do anything about it. They just watched this boy just simply die. I think anyone who watches that video has very serious should have very serious concerns regarding how police officers are not upholding the law so that they don't become labeled racist or any type of phobia at all, but they are simply letting people to die. It is like literally, like I don't do that much emotions, but I find it is very heartbreaking to watch that video. All of the police officers who were there, all of them, they need to be in prison for life and just by themselves in one cell. Don't even put 2 police officers in one cell. Keep them in one cell so that they learn. They set the example. A man, father, is holding a boy who is 18 years old. Boy is bleeding. Police is there. No one is telling the police, call the ambulance. He needs to be in prison. All of them who is involved needs to be in the prison. It's like, it needs to stop. Like, we can't say, yeah, let's investigate so police can learn. Police doesn't learn. You turn up the police station with the blood on you. Police just simply says, oh, aren't you the Islamophobe? Just wait there. That's like their attitude. They are just like, it is disgusting and disgusting how police is handling human beings. And I literally don't want to be next to them on the day of judgment when they are giving account.
I don't think they'll be giving account. They'll be thrown in hell with a tata bye bye. Clearly. Crazy days. You know, when I say the fifth seal is open after the Olympics a year and a half ago, and it's open. Just read. That's exactly what's happening in every part of the world where the follower of Christ are dying. And they'll be crying out to the Lord and saying, for how long our brothers and sisters will die? For how long, Lord? And the answer is, wait a little longer. Fifth seal is open. Get ready. You'll be one of them very soon. That's the reality. With that being said, do whatever you can do, guys. Because time is little and time is now. If you won't do it now, tomorrow might not come for you. Take care. I'll see you on Thursday. We will see you on Thursday.
You are seeing them on Thursday. I'm not seeing them on Thursday.
Oh, this Thursday you're not joining in?
I'll be in Dallas. If you are in Dallas area and if you want to do outreach evangelism, just drop email.
Where? Dallas is where?
Dallas is in Texas, Dallas.
Oh, Dallas is in Virginia.
I don't know about that, Dallas. I'm going to Dallas in Texas.
Oh.
Don't do geography now.
See, so Dallas is in Texas. So sister is going to Dallas. If somebody wants to capture sister, go to Dallas. So take care.
Go to Dallas. If you are in the area and if you want to do outreach, evangelism, engage with Muslims, drop me email.
Drop sister an email. And what's your email?
Hatun@dcciministries.com.
Hatun@dcciministries.com. If you want to work with Sister Hatun in Dallas area, drop her an email and you can be with her doing outreach to Muslims. And take care. Allahu Asgar wa Yeshua Akbarul Azim. God bless you.